tissuer. Oh, it's sticky. Alright. Let's post this fucking show. Sunday. $4.20. Alright. That's awesome. Sunday's $4.20. Published.
Since the dawn of time, things have happened. People have talked about those things. First with cave paintings, then with language, writing, and art. In our time, we use the internet. From the depths of nerdom come four guys who talk about things too. World-famous internet celebrity Justin L. The destroyer of BotCon, bedbugs. A man who rejects the concept of catch and release, Justin Catfish. And the customizing powerhouse, Mako Aspire. And Tyler F. This is Totally Alpha.
So, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be. You know how I host.
Oh, yeah, no. Get ready for fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to TKO, the podcast, episode number 37. This is your favorite host, Justin L. With me tonight, I have our usual three degenerates and a very, very special guest.
Uh-oh.
And, so, I guess let's start with how's everybody doing? Let's start with bedbugs, because he likes cats.
Oh, I'm doing wonderful now that fucking tax season's over.
Nice, man.
Yeah, now it's just smooth sailing, easy peasy work until Halloween.
Nice. Don't forget to send me some more of those Social Security numbers for next year's dependents.
Okay. I'll hook you up.
Nice, man. Yeah, having no dependents is costing me money. I can't handle it no more.
I hear you.
All right. So since he likes cats, we'll go with Chris next. Or Mega Block Style, or whatever his name is.
How are you?
Hey.
Hi.
It's fire, too. I totally screwed it up because I'm looking at the Skype screen.
Oh, boy, you guys are fucking dull tonight.
All right, let's go. All right, so JC, since reasons, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I am doing wonderful, sir. I just got off work. Tomorrow's my day off. And that's about it, brother.
Are you going to play with, like, half-naked, muscular men on the TV tomorrow?
It's possible. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do most of the day, but I'm going to go get some exercise in the morning, and then I'll probably grab that game and play it all day.
Nice. What game are you talking about?
God of War, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all can play together. JC can be the little kid. All right.
Be a fat little kid.
All right. And tonight we have a very special guest that some of y'all might know. We have TJ Duckett, otherwise known as Kuma Style. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Not bad. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Nice. Would you like to tell anybody about yourself, too?
Yeah, well, I'm a photographer, reviewer, more so a photographer nowadays than anything else, but work with a couple of toy companies, and yeah, I just like to share photos of things that I get. Kind of a robot collector more so than Transformers, so if you look at my page, there's a lot of craziness that you might not have seen, weird Japanese stuff, but it's normal to me. So check it out if you can, kumastyle.com, I guess, Kumastyle everywhere, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff, but yeah, check me out.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, like for real, you have like shelves full of robots I want, but I have no idea what the hell they are.
Hey,
Yeah.
we all
Yeah,
gotta
for
start
real.
somewhere, man.
And then you tell me what it is, and I still don't know what it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and see what everybody wasted their money on this week. Hey, we'll go in the same order this time. Bed bugs. What'd you get this week?
I got a couple of things. Peter Kamaski and his wife hooked me up with Titans Returns top spin and twin twist. So I got the jump starters.
Uh-oh.
Is that all you got this week?
Yeah. As far as Transformers are concerned, or anything worthwhile mentioning on the show.
Okay. All right. Well, JC, what'd you get next? Or no, Chris is next. Chris is next, not you.
Fuck.
Sit there and eat Cheetos.
The only thing I got was a confirmation that my Teletran is finally coming.
Yay!
Yay!
That's
Yeah,
it.
go with a 7-inch tablet on that.
That's what your mom said.
Fuck up.
Well, I just can't wait until you share it on Facebook with the gay porn running all the time on the Teletran.
Yeah, did you watch that video that I sent you, JC?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it. I fucking posted it right after you said put it in TKO chat.
No.
And-
Was it for the Teletran?
No. The sex video.
Oh, God.
No, I didn't watch it. I was at work, man. I was trying to deal with some crazy shit, so.
And if you want to see it, look in the YouTube comments. We'll post a link.
Yeah.
Somebody came in with like 48 pieces of chicken and we went in like 10 minutes.
Chicken?
What is that noise?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to open a toy.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we bored our guest already, and he's trying to open a new toy.
No. It's what I got this week, so I'm going to talk about it in a second.
I was about to say, he's
Okay.
over there filming tomorrow's YouTube review. He's been awful quiet.
Multitasking.
All right, well, what'd you get, JC, besides the video from Chris?
Actually, I took it kind of easy today, or this week, and I only picked up 2 things. I got fucking MMC's Mirage. He's kind of meh.
What?
But
You don't
Good
like him?
figure.
he's alright. I
Best
thought he was
Mirage
gonna
you're
be
gonna
better
get.
the way everybody talked about him, like he was some fucking end-all, be-all fucking Mirage.
Alright,
but,
I
Man,
get that.
JC comes into MP like somebody that like gets into wine by starting off at Boone's Farm and thinks he's an expert.
I'm just saying, like, everybody talks it up so much, and I open, I'm like, huh? You know, and then
That's one of the best third-party masterpiece figures ever made, dude.
It's fine. What it is. It's fine. It works. Shout out to Majid for hooking me up with that at a deal of a price.
I'm sure.
And I got a Bad Cube Grump. Also got another good deal on that. And I like him a lot. Yeah, he really looks the part.
Yeah, he looks really grumpy.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all I got, man. I kind of took her easy this week.
All right, so TJ, what'd you get this week, man? That we heard you open up.
Yeah, the nice thing was, it's from Sindel. They're one of my favorite robot toy makers, period. They're pretty awesome. Do a lot of that Japanese stuff, but they've actually done a number of Transformers toys too, just non-Transformers stuff. But if you guys have heard of Macros,
Mhm.
Yeah.
any of that stuff, so a spin-off series, Maspeda, they actually started doing toys of those. They're kind of these troopers that have motorcycles that turn into armor for them. So
I've
the
seen
first
that.
one came out, and it's Stick. So the next one will be Ray next month, but this figure looks awesome. It's pretty much like one of those SH Figure Arts kind of figures, but it's got like cloth clothing like the Mezco toys and stuff like that, but I can't wait to take it out and play with it. It looks really good. It looks to be about between 6 and 7 inches in height, so it's pretty big too.
You gotta send us a picture of that. We'll post it in the thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think I remember that. They actually had a toy back in the day, didn't it?
It's had tons of toys.
'Cause I remember them. I
Yeah.
think I remember one when I was a kid. Somebody had one.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I guess, because I've always wanted a toy of them, but everybody has said like every single toy ever made of these is awful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is kind of my one chance to own one of these. So roll the dice with it, and hopefully it comes out good. But something about the armor gimmick apparently is really hard for companies to balance.
It's hard to turn a dude into a motorcycle.
Pretty much. So,
He's like Turbo Teen.
Pretty much. But yeah, it looks great at least. And yes, I do remember that.
That's actually horrifying if you think about it, though. Turbo Teen.
Yes,
Like, I'm going to turn into a car, and then my friends are going to jump in me and drive me around. That's terrible.
Yeah,
It's kind of like TFCon, except for the whole car part. So, get anything else this week?
No, I don't think so. No, I didn't. That's it.
Nice.
All
Hey,
right.
Justin, what'd you get this week?
Yeah, what did you get this week?
I got MMC's Führer. Führer.
Mein Führer!
Shut damn it.
Does that
I knew
taste
somebody
like?
was going to say that.
Does it taste like vinegar coming out of your mouth?
Yeah, it does.
And sauerkraut?
It does. Anyways, he's actually fantastic. I'm glad I got him. I sold some toys last week and I spent that money on it, and then now I'm spending money to get money for selling toys to get money for JC.
So where are you trying to get rid of?
Some Chug and some old MP stuff and 3P stuff that's been replaced, and it's there's like a shelf of like Misfit toys I have in the living room.
I think that's copywritten.
Yeah, it is, but I took it. I had another name for it and I can't remember it now because I took a couple sips of my drink.
You mean the forget juice?
No, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt or anything, but you said you had some Chugs for sale, and I've been wondering, how have you guys been doing with selling any of your old Chug stuff? Because I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff in my basement that I cannot give away.
Well, you just have to give it away.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of getting to that point where I think I might just start running contests and stuff like that.
You
Just get it
should,
out
man.
of the face, because it is not moving at all.
Well, I sold some to Oscar. Shout out to Oscar. He was looking for a few things I had that were older, a little bit harder to find.
Yeah.
And but I haven't put all the Chug up yet. The MP3 the 3P stuff and MP stuff that was replaced, that sold pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
All I have left is from my first run is Sun Surge, and I have that new Overlord, that Takara Overlord. It's not MP, it's the Chug one.
Yeah.
I got it in. I got it in, and I never even opened it. Cause like in between the time I made that pre-order and it came in, I got a real G1 Overlord.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, that's been a dream of mine forever, dude. I actually got it for a pretty good deal.
Dang.
And that kind of ruins that Chug for me.
Makes sense.
Because if you've ever messed with the G1 Overlord, he's literally one of the greatest G1 toys ever made.
And it's huge.
It is huge, and it's so much fun. It's a shame that it's so hard to come by and so expensive, because I really wish other people could experience it.
What makes it so good, though?
It's a jet and a tank, and they turn into a giant robot that has gun nipples and shit. And he has 2 Power Masters that sit in his chest. It has like 3 or 4 modes. It's 4 modes, I guess. And it's really big, and it's really cool looking compared to a lot of the other G1 stuff that came out.
And it has a very nice paint job too. There's some characters there, like everything is cool, but they just pick the wrong color and it makes it look bad.
Mm-hmm. It's a massive toy. Like he's over a foot tall. He's pretty big. Like he's so nice. If they reissued it and it killed the collector value, I wouldn't be mad. Like I'd probably just buy another one. But I wouldn't buy no knockoff.
Makes sense.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I think we're moving
talking
on to
about
the
selling
news.
Chugs.
Yeah.
Well, I've been having really good luck, but I find that, like, the MMC stuff, the Make Toys stuff, all that stuff's selling really well for me, but, like, pricing is everything, man. You gotta just cut your losses.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bottom that stuff out. I need the space.
Yeah, JC just runs his over with a lawnmower.
Now they sell them the rubes at the Dairy Con.
Nice.
No, I got rid of them. I made like $600 at Dairy Con, something stupid like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe I should bring something to sell at the room party this year.
Heck yeah, man.
I'll let Bedbug sell it. He's good at selling Chug.
Hell, I can sell movie toys.
Yeah, you're damn good. Can you sell Fall of Cybertron toys though?
Let's see. No, I couldn't. I had my Grimlock on the shelf or on the table the whole weekend. Couldn't. Had a few people grab it. I put $10 on it, and nobody wanted it.
I'm gonna raffle them off for $1 a ticket and 100 tickets.
Yeah, I think if you put 5 on it, somebody would have bought it. That's the thing. Like.
Well, if somebody would have offered me 5, I probably would have taken it. But
if you'd have put 5 on it, I would have bought it. Just use it to fuck around with.
I mean, you got to make people work for it a little bit. You can't just give them everything.
That's why you took all your shit home.
I did not.
All right, y'all don't fight on here. Y'all fight later. All right, so let's get into the news. Big news, but not really big news because we already heard about it. Fans Toys Quietus, their Cyclonus. They're not calling it, what the hell was the name of that company?
Perfect Fusion?
It's not Perfect Fusion anymore. It's going to go under the Fans Toys banner. And it looks fantastic, like everything else they make.
This came out like a day after I got in X-Trans bought Cyclonus and I wanted to fucking die.
You mean out of all that's happened in your life, that's what finally made you want to quit?
Yeah.
No. I like my KFC one too, though. That's the thing. The KFC one's a pretty good figure.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
This one doesn't. I'm probably gonna buy this because I am a Fans Toys whore, but I don't know if I'll sell my Cyclonus or just make him the Armada guy that you never saw again.
Mm-hmm.
And his Armada, and then you don't never see his ass rest in the movie.
I actually already have a buyer lined up for mine, so that shit is out the dope.
Dustin?
He's gonna listen to this show and he's gonna hear that it sucks and not buy it.
He knows it sucks. I told him. He's fine with it.
It doesn't suck. It's a great toy.
It doesn't suck at all.
And it's alt mode looks a lot better than the Fans Toys one does. I'll say that.
I should try transforming it at some point, but
when you do though, be careful with the cockpit tabs in the front. I broke one, and a lot of other people broke one.
I will do that, sir.
Plus, it came with the itty bitty Galvatron.
But I did actually get replacement parts for it. So I got him from Hong. He's a good dude to buy from.
So is the two-tone color, is that accurate to the G1 toy, or because I mean I don't remember Cyclonus having like a different color purple forearms.
He does.
He does. I think it looks a lot more pronounced here because of how they paint their figures.
Yeah, and this is a really high pearlescent metallic that they've got going on here.
Well, it also looks like they cranked the damn contrast and saturation up on these photos too.
Yeah.
They're trying to grab your attention so you see it.
Yeah, everything looks almost like it's in vac metal.
Yeah, see, and that's
they got my attention.
That's kind of putting me off of it, though. I don't want a vac metal looking thing.
I want to watch him fight a rhinoceros beetle with them freaking things on his head.
Dude, that's right. I gotta send you guys that link to the Asian bug fights.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking forward to all week.
Yeah.
Not really.
I'm good on that.
So who's buying this?
Probably.
What do you think of this, TJ?
I think it looks great. I really like the wider look to the chest and stuff like that. It's just got a really mean silhouette that you don't see in a lot of Cyclonus toys. And I think that bicep swivel is genius. Like, I'm just looking at all the little engineering doodads and stuff like that on it, and it's like, I'm thinking of the poses you can pull and this and that, and I think it's made to really look good in a lot of kind of extreme stances and stuff like that. It's great looking. But I'm with him and the fact that the metallic kind of throws me off a bit. I actually prefer a more flat, like, kind of cartoon accurate color scheme.
Yeah.
Versus this kind of stuff.
Do you have the KFC one?
No, I don't, but I've played with it a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty good toy, man. I gotta give KFC credit for that. It's pretty good. Alright, so I'm probably still gonna get this. Who else is gonna get this?
I gotta see it in person, you know. I don't think anything's gonna get me off of the fucking KFC that I already have. But I mean, this does look great.
Hey, JC, what did you and everybody else in the room think of it?
I don't know. I just told him to shut up because she was out there yelling at the kid for something.
Go out there and yell at the kid too. Yell at her live on air.
No, I love my daughter. I don't yell at her too much.
Liar. You yell.
No, I really don't. I'm pretty laid back. I'm all about this life. I don't give a fuck.
Good. Hey, Eric, you buying this?
Possibly. I gotta track down some other fans' toys first. I've been out of the fans' toys game and gotta get caught up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Kuma, you gonna pick this up?
Probably.
Nice.
I really like that alt mode. I like it a lot. I don't really like the silhouette as much as the KFC version, but just the fact that it's so like cohesive, I guess, if that's the word for it, throughout, it really looks like a non-transforming piece in alt mode. I think it looks great.
Yeah, the KFC's alt mode was still kind of a shell. Mm-hmm. Not as bad as Scourge, of course, but Scourge is always going to be like that. But
yeah,
this makes me really curious about seeing a fans toy Scourge.
Well,
that would be pretty awesome.
You gotta think that that's coming since they did Galvatron in this now.
Yeah,
I wonder if the spire on his nose is like die cast. That makes it the most dangerous toy in America right now.
The fucking dork.
Hey Timmy, catch! I'm airplane.
Oh, I can't see anymore.
A lot of that shit, them fucking fans toys, they like their die cast.
Yeah, they do.
What's the finish on their Galvatron? Is it a metallic finish or is it a flat?
It's fucking beautiful is what it is.
That doesn't tell me shit.
It's not super metallic, man. It's really bright though, but I wouldn't call it super metallic.
So
it's definitely reflective though.
But do you think it would be out of place with the way this thing looks in these pictures?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because the KFC one looks out of place because he's not really painted. He's just purple plastic. Although it is a really well colored purple plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like their whatever their little KFC one they made a long time ago was.
Yeah, that shit looks like a 5 bottle of shampoo from Dollar Tree and shit.
You don't use shampoo. You wash your hair with mud, JC. You're a man.
I know.
And he rinses it off with his own piss.
Because a real man is a dirty, smelly, completely unsanitary person.
Goddamn right we are.
All right, so moving on, we have what we were really waiting for, the other two Make Toys Seekers, Skywarp and Thundercracker. And I'm going to buy these.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm buying all these.
Congrats to Make Toys. They're not dead like JC pronounced a year ago.
No, I pronounced that Takara was dead.
No, you said Make Toys was dead too.
Yeah, after that whole fucking stunt.
For Make Toys. Because I was into their chug shit, and it pissed me off when they fucking
stopped making it and started making awesome MP stuff.
Yeah, because they didn't finish the City Bot line, man. I wanted a Tryp'd, I wanted a Fort Max, and here I am with fucking 3 now, so I sold one. City Bots, not a complete collection. It was a huge letdown for me. But I get it. They weren't selling as well as I'm sure they thought they would. They probably had a lot of resources into those big, $400 figures, and people who are poor.
Well, they were awesome, but they were highly stylized. Like highly.
Yeah, they're Chug. Chug is highly stylized.
No, Chug is the size.
Yeah, but I mean, they were so stylized that Pandanus, I looked at him like,
what is that?
Is that Pandanus? I looked at him like, that doesn't even look like fucking Scorponok, really.
Oh my god, I love Pandanus. That's hard for me to listen to, I'm not gonna lie. I think Pandanus is like the best shit ever.
I watch fucking...
but you like weird looking robots.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's why I like Make Toys, because they make shit that keeps me collecting Transformers. Mm-hmm. Because it fits in line with the other crap that I collect.
So you like their what's that line they make? The
Cross Dimensions?
Cross Dimensions line, I bet.
Yeah. That's my jam.
Nice. See, I like this G1 stuff. I can't wait for these guys to come out. Although I can, because I don't want to spend money on them right now.
I want that fucking Skywarp bad.
Yeah, he's pretty.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, you are.
Another month.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Look at the paint jobs on the damn jets, man.
Hey, what if they cancel this shit like they did the last one and then hold out for TF to drop it?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to buy 2 and I'm going to scout the second one, which I should have done last year.
Those all modes look fucking like they flew out of my screen.
Mm.
I can't
They're
wait
shiny.
for these.
It's
You know
definitely.
what? I don't have to sell any other Seekers to get them because I waited this long.
Yeah.
I don't have $700 in that shit sitting on a shelf.
No, but you have a whole bunch of fucking chug crap.
That's fine. That's fine.
So everybody's buying this.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it makes me wish I had an MP11 because even though I love media, I'd really like kind of a Starscream that looks different than those two.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of give them, because especially in the comics, they have such different personalities and story arcs and stuff like that. I just kind of look at them different now.
Man, whenever I look at Thundercracker now, all I see is the IDW
Fucking
dog having
dog.
Thundercracker.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I think about is that dog.
Yep.
That dog is raw. He was the star of that fucking comic.
Yeah, sure it was, JC.
Hey, man, that's just what I'm saying. I'm a dog guy.
I know you are. Nobody doubted that for a second. All right, so moving on. Something I'm going to buy. The KFC junk bots. They finally showed 2 different molds for them. Or 2 different, I guess, sculpts in paint. Because I have a feeling these molds look like they're very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like new heads and new paint.
So one mold has the tire in the back, the other one has it in the chest.
I think you can actually put the tire wherever you want. Actually, I know you can put the tire wherever you want.
Oh, yeah, put it wherever you want.
But you can take these guys apart and kind of customize them. That was their original design intent.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can't wait for these guys to come out. I need more Junkions.
But if they want to move them, they're going to have to fucking do it for...
Make them cheap?
Yeah, they got to make it cheap.
Yeah.
Well, the other ones were like...
$60 a pop. They gotta make them.
Well, the other ones were only like around 70 or so or something like that, I think. They weren't that expensive, the first ones. And they're actually really good for the money. I don't know if you have them already.
I do.
Yeah, I love them. Who here has the original too?
Nope.
Nope. Well, you need to get them. They're very good.
I'm alright. I might get like one Rekgar and then call it good. Like I don't have.
Once you get that Rekgar, you'll want the other one.
I don't though. Like I don't need a bunch of Junkions. Like he was the only character that really did anything of any value. So.
Yeah, but he can't ride himself.
What are you talking about? Gleep Glorp fucking, he
Gleep
fucking did that whole barter thing with the Quintessons and shit,
Yeah, he's the one that whooped on Springer for a second.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just don't have the room for, 6 Junkions, man.
I hear that.
There's only 4.
I hear that.
Well, there's 6 total after either release.
I'm going to turn these 2 into... Oh, I see. There's 4 here.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I should have scrolled down farther. That's a lot of money. Starting to rethink my life. I like the one with the damn tire in the chest, though.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Somebody should be hosting this show.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to buy them. Who else is going to buy them?
No.
Depends on the money.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. If I get a wild hair up my ass at TFCon or something,
Oh, man, if you get drunk at TFCon, you're going to buy all these, like, 2 sets and shit.
Right?
I'm going to get JC another brownie, man. He'll buy, like, everybody one.
And the nice thing is, with JC going deaf, he won't be able to hear his wife telling him no.
Yeah. That's kind of mean, but okay, we'll take it.
She has other ways of telling me, no, don't you worry about that.
Yeah, she kicks you in the nuts.
Starve me out for a week.
All right, so moving on. Something that is way better than I expected. Moss Toy Seeker mold. Looks like it's supposed to be Starscream. It actually looks pretty damn good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would really like this.
Got to see alt mode.
That's gonna be one of the coolest things I don't buy next year.
It might be cool to have one of these as a Tetra jet sitting somewhere.
Man,
Yeah.
Nothing can touch the hot mess that is the Impossible Toys one that I have on my shelf.
You only
I
have
bought
one?
I only have the Thundercracker. I was only willing to give them $15 for that.
I got fucking 3 of them.
No, I'll give you $5 a piece right now.
Nope.
I'll give you $35 for all 3.
Nope.
All right.
One of them's
You probably customized them into something cool.
one was the Skywarp.
Really? That Skywarp came from one of those things?
Yep.
Damn, man, you're a freaking magician. What'd you do? Melt it down and cast it into something else?
No, it's just a simple repaint. I just made sure that all the fucking joints were tight together when I painted it, so they kind of stay tight.
Because that paint was a mess on the originals, man.
Yeah, it was.
Like, their whole head was all busted, dude. They looked like they tried to put makeup on when they were drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, taking it out of the box and looking at it, I'm like, ew.
They look like a real beat-up hooker with the makeup on.
This is not what you look like in the ad.
Yeah.
So this is a MP Starscream that turns into the Cybertronian mode.
Yes.
Is that what this is?
Tetrajet.
Yeah, it's a Tetrajet.
I think it's classic, so isn't it?
I don't know. That's fairly large.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'd be fine with either scale, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish it was Legend, so it'd be like $20.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great, though. I really like that face.
It's like, I guess I'm glad that all those bumblebees funded this.
It's pretty crazy, though. This is one that I kind of wonder what the paint application is going to do with all those details.
No, these are the final colors.
Awakening version.
Yeah, this is his name is like Ash Cloud. He's just gray.
I actually buy this. It looks that good.
No,
I'd be okay with that.
It's fucking Ashy Larry.
Coronation statue version.
Oh, man.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Somebody should make the Coronation dying Starscream.
I'm still stuck on Ashy Larry.
I don't even know what that
From
is.
Chappelle.
It sounds funny. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm thinking about him blowing dice now and, like, powder come out. It's just like, you guys fucked me up.
Oh, man.
I'm going to stop. All right.
All right, well, moving on. We have the custom spotlight. I guess I'll let Chris take this one, even though this thing is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
It's not that creepy. It's not the best final version of it, but the feed or the video came across my feed, and I was just sat and watched the guy build it.
Bro, look at the third photo. Look at that. That is scary as hell. It's like praying for death.
All right,
look at it.
What we're talking about is somebody sculpted a Freddie Mercury maquette, I would guess you would call it, because it's not really a doll or anything. It's basically a statue.
Is that Seaman from Dreamcast?
I'm sure there's some Seaman here.
Looks like Seaman from Dreamcast. Fish.
Look at that peener.
Oh god! All right, keep telling us about it so we don't have to look at it.
It goes through.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the video just goes through and shows you like him taking the skull and putting little eyeballs in it and giving them the classic Freddie Mercury fucked up horse teeth. And showing him like sculpting the face and putting the fucking head in that eternal like half open mouth. He's either gonna sing Bohemian Rhapsody or he's gonna suck a dick pose.
Oh jeez.
And then it shows you as he's building up the flesh and putting the clothes on and sculpting the hair. And
That's so creepy.
it's very good. I mean, it's not the best representation of it. I've seen a better picture of this up close.
No, it looks fantastic when it's done.
Yeah.
It's the whole getting there part.
Well, I mean, what do you want? You're fucking sculpting a human being. Of course it's going to look creepy.
That looks like the lawnmower man in the third photo.
Fucking lawnmower man.
Oh man.
Oh.
And like dude, don't even start on look at the fifth photo, man. That's terrifying.
He's like fucking David without the fucking arms standing there.
Yeah. Yeah, with Freddie Mercury's fucking half-done face. Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Look at it. It's really well
I
done.
don't want to look at it.
Shout
I don't care.
out to the craft this guy does,
Yeah.
but it's so scary looking on the way there.
Well, you can buy one of these from SH Fig Arts for like $50. It'd be set.
I actually
Yeah,
got
but
one
well,
for my mom for
grapes.
I think for Christmas.
That's kind of a really interesting gift for your mom.
Well, every fucking Saturday when she was cleaning the house, she put on Queen's Greatest Hits. So I know every fucking song forward and backward, and I love it myself. But she loved the dude, so.
Now they even sculpted his belly button.
Wouldn't you?
No.
No.
All right, so who's buying this besides Chris?
I'm out.
He kind of looks like in that last picture, fucking Templeton the rat from Charlotte's Web.
Oh God, I thought that too.
Yeah,
Oh man. Rest in peace. Okay. And I guess you want to do this part two? We have the knockoff corner.
Yay.
You know what? I'll do this one. I'll try to do it without gagging.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right, guys, listen to this. We have is Pocket Toys, world-renowned Pocket Toys, is making an exact fucking copy of the Iron Factory Bruticus figure. Oh God. And nobody has any respect for anything. If you buy this, you can burn in hell for eternity.
Pretty much.
I mean, the Seekers
This
1-to-1.
thing just came out.
Yeah, the Seeker 1-to-1s I get because you can fucking customize them into whatever. That's fine. But this is ridiculous.
This thing just finished coming out, and they're already knocking it off.
At least make it bigger.
This is why we can't have nice things.
1-to-1. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's
I
a
didn't realize
straight.
that.
But yeah, I hope their factory blows up. I hope I see it on the news.
How we are in every factory. It's like they build one piece over here and one piece another, and then they assemble it somewhere completely different.
Mm.
Well, that's the thing. The original beat out the tariffs, so you buy the KO, you're going to pay just as much.
Well, that would be funny. That would be really funny. But yeah, I hope nobody buys this.
Same.
Yeah, like this. Like I get it. Some people want to buy knockoffs of like oversized Hasbro crap, but when you're, Iron Factory, I don't know if they're another company also, but if they're not, they are a small company then. And if you're knocking their stuff off like this, then yeah, you deserve to be like ridiculed.
And I'll say this, one thing that gets overlooked about Iron Factory is that they put out more releases per year than anybody else. Like, they may be legend scale, but these guys bust their ass. And these toys, they're not just like Hasbro Legends. These are like fully articulated, just miniature toys with actual good sculpts, great articulation, this and that. So they're actually putting in work, man. Like, that's kind of shitty to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Have any of you guys have the little drift?
I do.
I love the little drift.
I do. I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's got 3 swords. He's a badass. I just got Skywarped finally after the guy from China mailed me Thundercracker again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did you have
He's
to
like,
mail that back?
No, he's like, how
okay.
about you give me $10 and I'll send you Skywarp too? I'm like, okay.
Oh, well, crap. Yeah, there
So
you go.
yeah, so now I have the Thundercracker for sale on the internet for $30.
That can come up real quick. That's awesome.
I'm gonna get me a free Skywarp, almost free. I should get Chris to customize it into something. I don't know what though. All right, so nobody's buying this, right?
No.
Nobody is. I'm not letting you.
Nah.
No.
Chris
I don't
is
care.
gonna buy it.
No, I'm not.
No, he's
I
not.
already have the only one I'm missing is Onslaught because nobody has it.
I'm gonna steal that shit next time I'm at your house.
Mm.
Nobody has the Onslaught in stock.
Every time that I go to look for it, the fucking 2 or 3 places that I feel comfortable buying from, they're out of stock.
Damn, that sucks.
It really does.
Yeah, that really does suck.
I'll get it eventually.
Man.
It's not like I'm fucking dying to have it.
I haven't got that set either, man. I think I'm gonna get the twins next, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe.
Those are really good. Those and the Prowl set are two of my favorites.
I got the Prowl set. Shout out to Robert
yeah.
D. Robert D gave me his Prowl set because
What?
Well, it was because one of the guys was missing a piece of armor, and he just bought another one and then sent me this one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Iron
He's a
Factory's
great
customer service is really good, man. I would hit them up and just say, like, this game is missing. They've been
Nice.
pretty good about giving people replacement parts and stuff, man. So you might just get it.
Yeah, he was like, you have to try these out. Like, these are awesome. I know you'll love them. He's like, here, I'll send you a set. I'm like, okay. And
That's fucking awesome.
And he sent them to me, and now I have all the Iron Factory guys up until the twins came out. I haven't got them, and I haven't gotten the Bruticus yet.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's one of the best dudes in the fandom.
I agree completely.
Yeah. I love Robert.
But he's a
He's
fucking
also-
rotten
he's also-
Giants fan, cocksucker.
He's also the only man on Earth that has ever picked me up off the ground. So he's also a beast of a man, so piss him off.
That'll work.
Swept you off your feet.
Yeah, he did. All right, and so next up we have Bedbug's Bargain Bin.
All right. Got a couple selections that I just happened to be browsing around. So TF Source right now is doing their spring clearance sale. And one thing that jumped out at me was Mastermind Creations Ocular Max Artifacts, which is their version of Hoist. Their original retail price was about $91, and right now you can get it for $60.
Yay.
So,
Is it any good?
I like their Trailbreaker, but I ended up getting the X Transbots Hoist because I think it looks better.
Okay.
Yeah, I never liked the look of this at all.
It's not different enough. Like he's not stumpy and like all dumpy looking like he is compared to Trailbreaker. But it's not hateful. Yeah.
well, and I know JC's acquiring a bunch of MP bots, so I thought this would be a good one to feature to talk about.
Well, I
Yeah.
know Fans Toys has a pre-order up for theirs. So
No, they have one for Trailbreaker. They don't have one for Hoist yet, do they?
I don't know. Same fucking difference. Whatever.
JC's still waiting on that sound wave from them.
Yeah.
And then the second item that really jumped out at me was Fans Project Glacial Lord. Original retail price was about $250, and now they have it down to $160.
I think that you should tell people what Glacial Lord is, because a lot of people might not know because it's an early figure.
So, Fans Project Glacial Lord is a G1 style combiner that they did, featuring a bunch of Ice Age themed alt modes, and they combine.
It is a fucking literal hunk of shit.
Well, don't everybody buy it up. We got to save some for Chris.
I've
I bought the two limbs that were on sale for like $10 or whatever,
yeah.
and I never could find the rest, so I sold them to the toy shop for $10. And they're still there. That was like a year ago.
oh, it's so bad.
I remember TF Source started just giving these away with shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
literally have like 2 or 3 limbs in my basement that, like, I couldn't even resell for $20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have 35,000 points, they'll send you one.
Yes.
Or you can trade the 35,000 points in for $8.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy this thing, but I seen that they marked it down, and I thought, oh, what the hell, let's throw it in here.
How many members are in that set? There's 5 people?
Yeah, they're fine.
We should buy it, and we should, like, repaint each member like us. Like one of us.
Oh my
The
god.
thing is, though, man, it's a
And then
cool
at
concept.
TFCon, we can, like, combine them. Just like Petertron.
What year did it come out? Does anybody know?
It's at least 3 or 4 years ago, dude.
That's it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's probably over 5.
Yeah,
I thought
this is
5
like
years
one
ago.
of the last things that Fans Project made before they went on their hiatus or whatever, so it had to be like 2014-15.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was really interesting back in the day. And I kind of wish that somebody else would make G1 style figures. That would be kind of cool, but they'd have to be cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Because when these came out, weren't they like $50 or $60 a limb? Well, shit, they wanted $50
Yeah, they
a
were
limb
real
just right here.
prices. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I didn't
And
think
there are
they
2
were that
camps
bad.
with this one. Like, people either really love this or they're like, this is a big piece of shit, like you guys just called it right here. So,
Well, it's the only third-party G1 figure ever made.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's kind of a unique piece of history in third-party.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Well, and you gotta give props to Fans Project that they're willing to try that. I mean, they did that with their first original character, Steel Core, and when they were doing the third-party classic scale.
Exactly.
You know what I think the most overrated figure ever made was?
Uh-oh.
City Commander.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh.
That was the most disappointed I ever was in my whole life.
That burns, man.
Yeah, well, now, granted, I didn't get into third party until when Quake Wave came out. So
that's what I was gonna ask you.
I was a little late.
Okay.
I wasn't that thirsty for Transformers.
Got it.
Yeah, City Commander was like one of my first third-party purchases, and I
But,
still love it.
I got it. I think Quake Wave and Hexatron I got at Shardicon in 2013. And then I started looking at that City Commander. I'm like, man, I want a Magnus. And I bought it, and I got it, and I put it together, and I was like, ugh. I traded that thing to somebody that worked at the toy shop for a Gundam and $45. It was a decent Gundam, but it was
there was a while there that thing was going for big money.
Oh yeah, it even drove up the price of that Ultra Magnus and Skywarp set to like $200.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I remember. I actually when Target released those 2-packs, I actually picked up a bunch of them. I had like 10 of them on clearance for like $5, and I was thinking about getting into customizing. Then Fans Project released the armor, and then I started hooking up a bunch of my friends with the 2-pack for like $20, and they're like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." It's like,
that's awesome.
I actually just sold that Ultra Magnus to Oscar also. I'm waiting on an MP Magnus of some sort, like a white Prime, not really Magnus.
Yeah.
Well, and unfortunately, it's still the best Chug Magnus. I seen the, what was that, Combiner Wars one. I didn't really have any interest in buying it, so I'm still happy with.
I think that's the best one, to be honest with you. I think that one is better.
Can I make a confession? The Fans Project City Commander I sold, it had a knockoff Magnus inside of it.
Oh my!
I kept the real one.
Fair enough.
Oh man!
Surprise cancer.
Yeah, peekaboo. No, man, because I lead line the inside of the City Commander to keep everybody safe.
Oh, okay. And then my last honorable mention. Apparently, people are actually finding Trypticon at Ollie's.
Dude, I've been finding them for like 6 months.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I finally scrolled down and looked at Glacial Lord in his entirety. That is an ugly thing.
And you know what's sad? I took that picture.
You did?
Yes. Oh my God!
Well, thank you for making sure it was really clearly shown.
Oh man,
Dude, look at the face on his chest.
It looks like E.T.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Look at it. He has like a fucking antelope for a shoulder. He looks like he got some.
Even though it's a G1 combiner, I think there are some G1 combiners, like Abominus and stuff like that look better than
Oh
this.
God, yeah.
And that's the biggest problem.
I think he got a big head.
Yeah, he does.
And what's with the
It
fucking
does.
4 missile emplacements? Jesus Christ.
That's the Mastodon legs.
Oh.
He's not fucking around, dude.
Yeah, he ain't playing. He's gonna fucking shoot some missiles at you.
Yeah, look at his gun. His gun is as long as his legs.
Yep.
That's a really weird group of animals to combine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, nobody's gonna buy this. I'm gonna wait till it's like $50, then I'll buy the set.
It makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, I would buy it for $50.
Nope.
Well, I'll give you $50 for yours, Chris.
Ooh.
No. He's thinking about it. I changed my mind. I was
Yeah, he
joking.
is.
What are you even talking about?
Oh, never mind.
At $50, it's worth the history factor.
Yeah,
Like
it
I
is.
said, it's the first, third party or only third party G1 style combiner team and stuff like that. It's neat, just like Warbot Defender. I'll never sell that because one, it was the first full transforming figure from a third party, and two, it was a triple changer on top of that.
Yeah, they had
So-
some really big dreams, didn't
Fans Project was doing some stuff that was unheard of back then, man, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared. It's crazy.
See, that's why I asked
Yeah.
when this came out. Because if this came out around 2000, 2003, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's cool.
they? No, this was out. This was out around the same time that Assaulter and
Yeah.
Defender came out. It's not like
Yeah,
that. It's not really
Not
any.
the whole thing.
no.
They staggered the releases on it, and
I-
they came back this year with 3 releases, so that wasn't terrible.
I got it in 2014, so I was right at the fucking beginning of
Yeah.
MP starting to take over away from Chug. So I came in at a dangerous time. I wasted a lot of fucking money going down the Chug road.
It took so long for this to come out that the Rhino actually went extinct while they were making it.
That was a good one.
That's fucked up.
That was a good one.
That was a late release.
Shout
Yes,
out to
dude.
the Rhino.
He's got like 2 different feet, like 2 different shoes on, like Hartman did in that episode where he joined the Special Olympics.
Yeah, I just went digging and like I found a T-Formers article back in February of 14 is when they were talking about Glacial Lord coming out.
Oh man, God!
What?
Thank God we are where we are now. We used to wait for stuff like this.
What the fuck is the animal that the right arm is?
That's an antelope, but it's like
It's
some
like
kind
a
of extinct animal.
Reindeer or an antelope or some shit.
That is so gay. God.
Okay.
A fucking antelope.
Well, it's an extinct antelope. All these animals are extinct.
Power
That's
before
made
the
out of-
fury of the antelope.
Wasn't one of the Power Rangers an antelope at one point?
I think so.
Right.
Like, you're right.
Yeah, but I don't think it had any legs. It like moved around like a sled.
You're gonna buy the SH Figure Arts Antelope Power Ranger? Sola Chigokin Antelope Power Ranger. All right, let's move
Yes,
on.
please.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at this hunk of shit.
All right, so asshole of the week. I guess we will let JC take these 3 words.
Well, I'm gonna let Kuma fucking have the mic and
Oh,
talk
no.
about
JC takeover.
You want to talk about being a skate?
Yeah, it's fine, man. It's more than fine. I am more than okay with this at this point because enough people know what's up to, All right, so Pitchfork fandom. Story time. Basically, long story short, there was a guy who was in a robot collecting group I was in. He was crazy looking for a Voltron, really wanted a Solar Chigoku Voltron, blah, blah, blah. And, when it comes to this stuff, I've done enough deals to where people actually come to me when they have stuff for sale. Like, hey, would you be interested in this? Hey, do you know somebody who's interested in this? Solar Chigoku, Sentinel, whatever. It makes sense because I deal so much in it or whatever. So finally found one that was within this guy's price range or whatever. I actually buy it because I'm buying a couple of other things from this guy. I eat the shipping even though I bought 2 Figmas and his was this big ass Solar Chigoku thing or whatever. So I just say whatever, I'm helping out a friend. I eat the shipping. He gives it to me. I sell it to him at exact cost shipped. So I actually, I paid for the shipping. He paid me the $450 or whatever. And then I just said, okay, talk to my postal guy or whatever. And he was like, well, so you don't have to pay more shipping to this guy. You can just forward the box to him or whatever. And he gave me a couple of stickers and he's like, yeah, just go ahead, write his address over it and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I previously packaged I videotaped myself, taking my stuff out of the box, just keeping his stuff in there, and then met up with the postal guy or whatever. He was driving around the block, gave me the stickers, and I wrote the other guy's address on it because he forwarded it to me, and he forwarded it or whatever, right? So when you forward packages, and this is for anybody doing this, if you forward a package, even if you change your address or something like that, right? And you have mail forwarded from your old one. It's only going to say tracking to that old address. Once it's delivered there and they forward it, you can call or go to a post office and they'll have the tracking and all the scans because that stuff is there. But USPS.com, it will not track it. It's just what it is. And I just learned this now, because I don't normally forward packages or anything like that. So I send this guy's stuff out, send it on time, and the next day, since it hadn't like updated online or whatever, he PM'd me, and I'm like, yeah, I sent it out, man. What do you want me to do? You know, it's not updating, whatever. And he's like, he just kept PMing me. He's like, "Are you sure you sent it out? Are you sure you sent it?" And just like this crazy shit. And then like, and I'm like, it's called like, and I just learned about this, or it's called like Maudi Thursday or something. So there was this mass I was going to with family and stuff like that. I'm driving, and I'm like, "Look, man, I'm going to church. I cannot do this right. Your stuff's in the mail." Whatever. And anybody who's dealt with me, I'm a nice guy, but I'm very blunt. And I want to be talked to very blunt. If you have something to say, simple sentences, get it out. We could talk all day, but we don't need to talk about one sentence for an hour. You know, that's life. I'm a grown man. So, knock that out. But then when I get out of church, I see that, what's his name? And this guy's name is Richard Ethier. Do not do business with this guy. He's a stupid asshole. Stupid, literal asshole. So I got messages from a Chris Labrador, and a Pete Kessel or some shit like that. And they're like, you need to resolve this issue and blah, blah, blah. So I put them in a group chat and just tell them the exact same thing. Just like I told Richard, the packages said, if there's anything you want me to do, let me know. And this guy, Chris, I don't know if he's fucking crazy or what, but he's like, oh, now you're wanting to resolve this. And I'm like, fucking resolve what? There's no problem. It's in the mail. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I asked this Chris guy or whatever. So, because he like threatened some other sellers, it's like, if this isn't resolved, good luck with selling anything else ever. And he like talked about some sales posts I had, and I was like, dude, that shit sold like 10 minutes ago. And like, well, good luck selling anything in the future. So I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. I've done, and just so everybody knows, I've done plenty of sales since this crap anyway. But so, and the next day goes by. That was Thursday, Maudi Thursday. And that's some Easter thing. Google it. So Friday, I'm still getting messages or whatever, right? So are you sure you've sent this? Can you go to the post office? Blah blah blah. And like, one thing about me, yeah, I do this toy crap or whatever, but I have a real life job. I have a real life. And there's stuff that I do. That's why I'm not somebody you see reviews from every day and this and that. It's one, life, two, interest. I'm not that into it. I love collecting, but like sitting in front of a hot ass photo booth and stuff like that all day, that's just not my thing, you know? Life, just like anybody. But I had to work the next day, this and that, just life, and I was like, I'll call them when I get a chance and I'll let you know what they say, So I call the post office. They say that, we see that it was scanned out. We don't know exactly where it's going to, but you can call back and we can let you know further scans or whatever, right? So I live near Rockford, Illinois. That's like northern Illinois, whatever. So I call the next day, Saturday, because I'm off. I actually have some time and stuff like that, and spend a while on the phone with USPS. And they told me, like, it's at this distribution center in Elk Grove Village, which is right outside of Chicago. And for anybody who's, like, questioning anything that's coming out of my mouth, like, I have scans of all, or like actual printouts of all the scans, and so do a number of other people in this fandom, because it's become a meme at this point. So, like, seriously. So it's at this Elk Grove Village distribution center, blah blah yada, right? And I let that guy Richard know, right? And he's like, well, my postman is saying that, and I'm like, here's the number to the Elk Grove Village Postal Center. Call them directly, or call the 1-800-USPS line, which gave me their number and all the scans as well. Call either of these. And he just keeps going on. Well, my postal guy says that this stuff isn't retrievable. And I'm like, are you calling everybody else at the United States Postal Service a lie? Are you trying to avoid, like, what's really going on? And this whole time in the background, like, these three are like making threads about me and this and that, saying that I'm scamming them, when I'm showing everybody and their mother the actual scans of this item. So, and then like people are like commenting on this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And they started trying to get me removed from groups where this stuff was being posted. so that I couldn't respond. So obviously there was some kind of agenda to it, whatever. Like, oh my God, this guy has a job and can buy things I can't. Oh, this guy, he actually bought something for somebody and helped him out. Ass backwards craziness. So, it's what it is. Like, by the time I got to, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday of the next week or whatever, that's when, and you guys have pretty much, I think everybody, I don't know if Eric was in. Eric, were you in that group chat as well?
No, I didn't get invited to that, no.
Man, damn it. But I think pretty much there were a lot of people there. It was like 40 people, and it's still ongoing or whatever. It's called like Scammers Anonymous now. Now it's just a fucking joke.
No, it's a chat.
But I brought everybody, including Richard, in there or whatever. Another guy, Chris G or whatever from Masterpiece Addicts, one of the admins, he went to his post office and had that shit printed out and posted a picture towards Richard while Richard was trying to lie and tell everybody my post office, blah, blah, blah. As soon as Chris posted that picture, I don't know if you guys saw, but he turned right around and was like, well, now my post office just an hour ago, now they said that they can find it and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Isn't that
like,
about, isn't that about when the other group blocked the comments?
maybe.
So
Maybe, because this was still during the time where I was getting re-added to everybody and all these apology posts were going up and this and that, So this guy's just in the chat trying to lie through his fucking teeth. It's just why? You literally are getting something shipped to you and the guy did it for you at a loss, but you're trying to be dishonest and tell people that this item wasn't shipped to you, and at the same time you're saying we've done business multiple times before, blah, blah, blah. And, you're saying everything that makes you look like you're full of shit while people have picture evidence that aren't me that say you're full of shit. And, it's just nuts. And then that Chris Labrador guy, that Pete Kessel guy, they both got invited to the chat and stuff like that, too. They saw what was up, and they just dipped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
And then
they saw it, and they just fucking left. And Chris was like... and it was Greg from Mercy or whatever, because Chris was like, yeah, you're right, I brought TJ because he was messaging me while I was trying to put my kid to sleep. And Greg from Mercy was like, so your time is to be respected, but TJ's time when he's at church, work, etc., it's not? Fuck. So, yeah, he got blasted in quite a few places, and they apparently left a bunch of groups where people didn't buy their shit and stuff like that. So, yeah, just a bunch of shadiness. And Richard did get his toy or whatever, sometime the next week. It was Wednesday, Thursday or something. And he, he was honest. Hey, I got my shit. Haven't heard from him because I I just went, okay, block. But at that point, it's just why when you're caught up in a lie, blatantly just lying, people are going to their post offices and shit and getting shit that shows you you're fucking full of shit. Would you try to keep it ongoing and stuff like that? And then that one guy, Chris Labrador or something, he tried to make it well, he only sent it after we talked to him, blah, blah, blah. And it's I don't think Chris understands that, he's not shit. I've never heard of the Chris Labrador.
He's famous around JC's parts.
Possibly. It's probably for being a bitch. But there we go. I have not talked to JC about that shit. So, it's one of those deals where I'm pretty nice. I try to be decent towards people because I've gotten a lot of opportunity and a lot of opportunity to see, get, and be I guess, cool shit overall. It's pretty fun. It's a hobby that became a thing. So when I get stuff, I either give it away or give it away at half the retail cost. And, you know what I mean? This and that. And I try to help people out too, because honestly, there are deals that I can obtain that not everybody else can. And when you see something like Voltron going for $600-700, it's if I can find one in somebody's range, I could have just kept that shit for myself or resold it for that $600-700. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to say I'm a saint or anything like that by all means. I didn't ask anything of the guy hey, I know you here.
That was actually one of the accusations they were making, that you
the scalpel?
Had sold it in another group for $600.
I did not at all. Yeah. And there's no proof of me ever doing that. I literally never said that. What I told Richard, and they fucked themselves by posting the screenshot of it, I said when I was talking to him about it, I was man, I could have sold this shit for $600-700, but I gave it to you. And then they actually posted that screenshot and tried to say He's saying he's gonna sell it for $600.
God damn it.
And God bless Greg for mercy, because every time that they like posted something that made them look illiterate, he's like, "No, this is what he said." It's everywhere. He is so fucking on it.
Well,
And me and Greg aren't even friends for that. He's just one of those people to where, like, me and Greg really get along because I think we're in this club of common sense to where we're kind of drawn together, like I am towards you guys and shit like that. But
it's in short supply.
Yeah, it really makes it, like, people like that make you feel weird for being normal.
Yep.
Like, wow, like, was my school a lot better than I fucking thought that it was? Because I can read simple sentences. Like, you know what I mean?
You learn one thing from the fucking internet is there's a fucking weirdo of every stripe out there.
It's nuts.
Well, who was the guy that was it Chris or Pete that in their group, once the shit was resolved and he got the figure, he locked the comments before you could even fucking say that. And then so all that's left there is like all the bullshit and all the lies.
All right.
Oh, we'll figure. It's probably Chris, but
They did that
that guy's just
because
a
they didn't
mental
want to
like,
admit that they were wrong.
yeah, like they're like
Bullshit.
Peter Kessel, Chris Labrador. Don't do business with him. Richard Ethier, he's fucking nuts too. Don't do business with them, because honestly, these people are fucking full of shit. And when it comes down to it or whatever, I'll deal with an honest asshole versus a really nice pathological liar any day of the fucking day.
No, I feel you on that.
Because one person's going to get your shit even if you don't really like the conversation, and the other person you're going to get a bunch of like scamming and excuses and stuff like that. And honestly, when it comes to that dishonest, disingenuous bullshit, it's a disservice to the fandom. And when people are putting these like guys as like administrators and moderators of the groups and stuff like that, you're not doing anything but hurting the fandom, because you're giving retards like access to just saying like,
Don't trigger.
This person's a scammer because I don't like them. This person's a liar because I don't like them.
Just because I get delivery confirmation doesn't mean I got it.
It's stupid. It's stupid fucking shit. So yeah, man, it's like, there's this I think it's like Hot 97 or some shit that does like Donkey of the Day. Chris Labrador especially, that dude's like fucking Donkey of the Decade. So
Well, if you were a real member of the community, you'd have bought it for $400 and sold it for retail.
oh yeah, no, I was there for less. I was told that and said thank you for purchasing this.
Now,
Like, fuck.
I have one question. Did Mr. Richard, did he make a promise to you that he would apologize? And
He made it in front of everybody. And he didn't do shit.
And did he do it?
Absolutely not, because he's full of shit.
Yeah. Fucking pussy.
Yep.
Can't even admit when he was wrong, dude. That fucking pisses me off so bad.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And it sucks because it makes me, I guess, second guess doing anything for anybody when I like doing that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
That's what sucks.
That does suck, man.
But it's what it is. It's resolved. Like, everybody knows what's up, like this and that. But at the same time, that's a lot of fucking drama, Like, during that week, I'm still trying to work, maintain, and whatever. And I've got all these people fucking PMing me. And that's why I ended up just making that big-ass group chat to where, like, as soon as somebody PM'd me, I just, like, added them and said, scroll to the top, look at the evidence. Scroll to the top, look at the evidence. Scroll to the top, look at the evidence. And pretty much everybody was like, okay, my bad, okay.
Yeah, that was actually a really good idea.
Yeah, so I'm glad that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that it's kind of just a funny-ass group chat now.
Yeah, it is pretty
The
cool.
problem started with the fucking dude couldn't fucking be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking.
It started with being entitled, which is a big
Yeah.
problem in this fandom.
And there's
Nobody owes you nothing. You buy your shit and you wait for it to come in
And
the
why
mail.
make a fucking deal complicated? It's a simple
Exactly.
transaction. I have money.
Yep.
You have something I want. I give you money. You give me that shit.
Exactly. And here's my big thing. Like, if you look at my page, and this isn't a braggart thing, because I work every day for every dollar that I use to, buy this stuff, afford my living, my house, things for myself, Mrs., dogs. I'm not somebody who's just fucking rich. You know what I mean? I have to put in hours to get what I get. But at the same time, if you look at my page, you're going to see shit that I don't buy Hasbro retail crap. I don't buy like My Little Pony, Titan's Return, whatever, because it's like I'm not better than it, but it's money that I can use towards nicer shit. I'd rather have it's quality versus quantity. And that's kind of how I do it. I'd rather have like 5 MPs versus like 35 classics. You know what I mean? That's just where I want my money to go, you know? So when you see somebody who literally, like, you've seen me post pictures with, like, 2 Voltrons in them and stuff like that. Yeah, like, I have 3 myself. And it's just like, why the fuck would I ruin everything that I've built and the respect that I've earned with the community over $400 fucking dollars?
That's what I try telling people. I'm like, he's not gonna blow
Come
shit.
the fuck on, dude.
No, you know what it was?
Yeah.
You playing a fucking duck, duck, goose game with fucking being a good guy. Like, duck, 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 duck. All right, time to fuck somebody over. Goose.
Exactly. Pretty much. And then, like, some of the stuff that I read, like, people are like, he's gone rogue. It happens to
He's gone rogue.
They're treating you like one of those.
I thought that I was on a rooftop shooting at you.
They were treating you like one of those Chinese eBay sellers where, oh, they had good feedback, and then all of a sudden they stopped sending stuff.
Yeah, like, what?
I don't understand it. He sold 5,000 pencil erasers with good feedback. Why didn't I get my fucking $30 Fans Toys grinder?
Yeah. I couldn't believe, like, I'm sitting there reading that stuff, and I'm showing it to, like, you know, obviously you guys are real life living human beings. I hope I'm not talking to myself right now. But, you know, when I say, like, real life friends and stuff like that, and they're even dying, like, why do you even deal with these people like that? So, and it's not, you know, I think it's one of those things to where the fandom, it consists of a lot of, like, I'd say 99% of the fandom are very good, well-adjusted people, but it's a very few, very vocal, very incompetent, possibly handicapped people that really ruin it for the bunch.
Now, are we talking about other people, or are we talking about our podcast?
No. Like, I swear some of these fuckers that, you know, we've been talking about in these stories, like, I'm just like, the government gives you money to leave people the fuck alone.
They have to, man, because they have all that free time to worry about some shit coming in the mail for fucking 36 hours straight.
Jesus. So, and it's not a better than a worse thing, but at the same time, you know, deal with the cards you've been dealt. You know what I mean? If you know you're fucked, don't go ruin people's day. And that's just the thing, you know, like, that's my biggest thing. You know, it was a big waste of time, all of that, for something that was literally on its way, you know? And he had tracking. That's the biggest thing. And he pretended like he didn't.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to be the victim for a little while.
Exactly. And why would you, as a grown man, and I'm not trying to say, you know, assign gender roles or anything like that, but I guess even as an adult, period, why would you even want to put yourself out there like that? There's no point to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do not want anybody to look at me like that. Like, oh, boo-hoo, you know, like, that's fucking... You know what I'm saying? It comes off, it gets to a point where you grow up and being coddled is condescending. And if you still like that shit as an adult, you're held back.
Exactly. That's why. I mean, we have raised a whole fucking generation of assholes like that.
It's insane. And I guess it was really...
And they're going to be in charge.
You
I want to be coddled. Coddle me hard.
Hey,
they're going to be JC's fucking boss at Popeyes.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you never told us, did Jerry get that position, or was it that new kid?
Oh, that new guy, he's like 15.
Julio.
Is he the store manager?
It's fine. I'll make it one day. Keep frying that chicken, boy.
Oh, man. I'm sorry that kid got your job, man.
It's fine. It's all good.
You're setting them up to take them down, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's it. I'm just sitting in front of my fryer wanting to kill myself every day.
You sitting there looking at it like I could just dip my face right in this motherfucker.
There are worse ways to go.
No, there's not. That's pretty damn bad.
Bop,
Just think about all that food he's going to ruin.
bop for that drumstick.
He said,
Yeah.
Oh, he could teabag his fucking way, too.
Oh.
no. All right, so we should probably move on. I'm gonna get y'all back on rails here.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ, thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah, it was
Hey, no
awesome.
problem.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem. Hopefully it didn't sound like I was dragging on or anything, but
Oh, hell
It
no.
was good to getting the story out there from
Not
you,
go for
man.
blood.
Hey, it'll be good. Everybody can hear it from the man himself.
yeah, and I appreciate you guys giving me a forum to share it. Thank you
Plus,
very much.
it's nice to have fucking facts behind you. When
Oh,
you
yeah.
have the facts, no amount of retardation can kill you.
Chris,
True.
it's 2018. Nobody
You don't
cares
say
about the
that no more.
facts.
See, that's the problem. We need to bring that fucking... We're taking it back. Common sense.
Make facts matter again.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll get on with the guest interview here. The 13 questions, the most dreaded thing on the internet by all people. Did you take a moment to look over the questions?
Yeah,
there,
I did.
TJ?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so first off, what's your preferred name or handle?
I guess I'd say Kuma.
Nice.
And where did that originate from?
Sure.
bear.
So, yeah. Well, in Japanese, it means just bear. But before like collecting and stuff like that, I actually used to be a tournament video like Tekken player. So I used to travel to tournaments and stuff like that. Like in Tekken 6, like online, my Kuma, which is the character in the game, a big ass fighting bear, was the #1 in the world. So like when it comes to fighting games and stuff like that, anybody who's played me in the fandom, they know what's up. I'm actually pretty good, and I still play a lot to this day, but not at that level. But he was my favorite character. And the thing is, do you guys know what tears are?
Tears? Yeah, I love the feast on tears of others.
Well, I'm talking about tiers like steps and stuff like that. So in fighting games, I have like different tiers of characters, and they're normally like alphabetical order and stuff like that. But Kuma was a very low tier character, and I kind of used that. I did really well with a low tier character. So this is gonna sound like silly, but I started to use it as a moniker for life. Like Kuma Style is taking whatever you get and doing the best you can with it.
That's actually pretty cool. That needs to be a bumper sticker.
Yeah, it is.
You know, in some circles, JC's a bear.
Yeah.
No comment.
He's got his own twink too.
It's like I got that right away, and it's like he is.
So what year were you born, man?
1982.
That's a good year. That's the year I was born.
All right.
Yay. All right, this is the most important one, so think real hard. What is your favorite sandwich?
I'm gonna say the grilled cheese sandwich from Panera.
That sounds pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, nothing's better than grilled cheese, man. Grilled cheese is pretty good.
Man.
Bonus question: do you like sauerkraut?
Not.
Nobody likes it. How the hell is it a thing?
Not
Because it's good.
It's not good.
expected.
You drink your milk out of a bag. You hush. All right. So, what's your favorite music?
I do a lot of rock, like Breaking Benjamin, Five Finger Death Punch. I mostly listen to music at the gym, so a lot of heavy metal and stuff like that. Like,
Nice.
so yeah, rock metal. that
Get
kind
you
of stuff.
pumped up.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, as nobody will believe me, but I actually used to lift like way back when I was younger. And there is an Anthrax album. I need to find it, and if I find it, I will send it to you. And your job is to go and work out listening to it. It's badass.
I'll do it too. Yeah.
I didn't even know Anthrax. I didn't know Anthrax even kept making music. And we went to this gym, and it's like 2000 and I want to say 2004, 2003. And we found a new Anthrax album sitting on top of the CD player. So we popped it in, and that was our damn thing to go to for like a couple of years. And then I stopped, and I got fat in 3 months. It was awesome. Or got fatter. I was still fat. I was just a lot stronger.
What was the album?
All right.
Do you remember?
I can't remember, but if I look it up, I'll be able to figure it out. Maybe I'll look it up while we're
It was
talking.
circa 2004.
Yeah. If I see the titles on the album, I'll be able to pick it out. So, what got you into or back into collecting, man?
Sure. It was 2011. I actually went to a garage sale. Like I was just perusing. I was a supervisor at a call center at the time, so I was just perusing online. Went on to Craigslist for whatever reason, and I typed in Transformers in the toy section, and then this guy just had a bunch of crap, like classics toys and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go check this guy's stuff out or whatever. And I remember I bought a original car robots, Nemesis Convoy, and Nexus Maximus, the TFC one or whatever. So, and from there, like at work, I just started to Google Transformers, and then all of a sudden I was on TFW and Cybertron and this and that, and it just became a thing. And started linking up with local collectors, and classics were still a thing at the time. So, like the retail hunting and this and that, once I was in, I was in. It just went from there.
So do you still do you still have those figures that got you back in?
Absolutely.
Now, did you collect the other robots before that, or was that what got you started completely on everything? Not just
That's what got me started completely on everything, and then a couple of years later, I actually got into like the super robots, and that just took over.
Somebody's getting it on.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, cool. So let's go on now. What scale do you collect?
God, it's such a mixture. When it comes to classics, there's really not a lot to collect since I don't buy first party, but I still keep up with the Make Toys Cross Dimension line, whatever fans projects releasing at the time. Outside of that, it's mostly Masterpiece, man, because honestly, it's not just what's taken over, but I feel like that's where most of the effort is put to.
Yeah, I like Masterpiece too.
Yeah.
But for how much longer?
For anybody that was wondering, it's Anthrax's "We've Come for You All."
Gotcha.
You've come for you all. I won't type it because that typing's loud.
Yeah.
But I might follow up.
Yeah, just use something quieter like your voice to text.
All right. That's awesome.
All right. So, do you have a Focus collection or any non-Transformers collections?
Well,
Yeah.
most of my collection is actually non-Transformers, so really into Japanese super and real robots. So rather than explaining what they are, because that's kind of long, think Gundam for real robots, and then like Mazinger or Voltron for super robots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did the super robots come before or after you got into TFs?
Years after. I've only been doing the super robot thing for like 4 years or so.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, I might know the answer to this. To knock off or not to knock off?
I will say,
I know there's one
99.9% of the yeah, exactly, 99.9% of the time, no. But that Neo Art Toys, that Eva Leonidas is just my jam. Like, goddamn.
Well, since
It's
the
one of my
original
favorite
broke,
toys.
since the original
Yep.
broke in everybody's hands, I think that might be a pass.
Exactly. It's one of those things where they really improved it. I even still have the other Perfect Effect versions and stuff like that, like the Origin Leonidas and all that crap. But that one, it was a different like coloring. And then they really improved like the joints and stuff like that. It's actually a way better toy. But that's not the norm. A lot of KOs that I've gotten, unfortunately, and I know people will say different and argue different, pretty much every KO I've gotten except that has been crap. So, it's been a while, so they might have gotten a lot better, but I'm soured on them for the most part.
I've never handled a knockoff that was as good or better than the original. So,
Okay.
like never. The only knockoff I have is MP Exhaust, and he's definitely not up to par with Wheeljack, his mold mate.
Hey, you have that knockoff little Devastator like I do too.
We don't talk about that.
I got pictures of you buying that, boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, y'all cut out for a second.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
So TJ, since you've had such shitty luck with KOs, what do you do with them after you've experienced the bad luck?
From now on, he forwards them to Richard.
No, but at this point, I don't really get KOs, so I don't. But the ones that I've had, I've thrown most of them away because they've literally fallen apart and like broken and stuff like that.
Ah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what movie makes you cry?
All right, this is kind of embarrassing, but most recently, A Dog's Purpose. I was in the movie theater, and I think I cried 100% of that damn movie.
Yup.
No, JC saw it too.
I didn't see it. I'm not going to comment any further than
Did
that.
you cry like a bitch?
And I will say it was like it was a mixture of tears. There were like happy tears and sad tears, but I was crying the whole time. So
For me, all tears are happy.
nice.
This is not Deep Impact. That's still one of my favorite answers.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So have you ever done anything untoward for your toy addiction?
Can you clarify that question, because I read it and I don't understand it.
Have you ever done anything that you feel is bad or you regret to make yourself able to get more toys?
Oh, I mean,
Like scamming people on the internet.
oh, of course. Oh, yeah. When I scammed Richard for that $450, I actually took that money to purchase the other $2,000 worth of shit that I bought that month. So, but no, like I said earlier, man, I work for mine, man. So luckily I have a job that affords overtime if I need it, even for like house stuff and this and that. But for the most part, I do decent and I budget well, in my opinion.
Nice. So, tits, ass, legs, face, or other?
I will say, I'm a breast man, but
Yeah.
you gotta have a decent face, man. I gotta look at you.
I'm kind of a wing guy myself.
That motherfucker, boy.
Man, it sucks. I want Hooters wings really bad, but we don't have a Hooters.
That sounds good right now.
It is. I'm not hungry right now, though, but maybe tomorrow. So what's a weird thing about you? Idiosyncrasies, phobias, etc.
I will say this. People that actually know me. I have a photographic memory. So, like, even tests that I've taken years ago and stuff like that, I remember most of the questions.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. Like, all of the license plates and stuff like that in my neighborhood, I have them memorized, like, make, model. I'm just really, I don't know, like, I observe in a weird way, and it just sticks with me for no reason at all. So,
I thought that was called autism.
probably.
Oh, God.
Fine.
Fine. Do you think you could sketch tracking information from memory?
And there's one in particular I know I can. Scans times and location.
You should sketch that out, and you should have a fucking raffle for it on the internet. Like custom art from Kuma Style.
One of the most dickish things that I thought of, man, there was part of me that wanted to take one of those printouts of that tracking, like sign it, and just start sending it to people.
You should, dude.
That shit
Do
is
a raffle.
not
You
even
should.
fucking.
That would be like the freaking when the Falcons blew the Super Bowl when everyone was sharing the 28-3 memes everywhere. That'd be like that.
What the hell was that? Did you step on
that
your
was a
dog?
Oh.
It was a
What
car
was that?
crash.
Everything all
Reaching
right?
off the
Everybody
road.
here?
Terrible joke.
I was like, what's that? Oh.
Yeah, that was a bad joke. I
Yeah.
don't know.
What was it? Save that car. All right, so what's your go-to sex position?
And it sucks to say because I know it's like there are jokes that can come from it, but doggy.
No, man, that's what everybody says.
Okay, that's what I
It's
was
just, really funny now because there's been a lot of dogs on the show.
yeah. So,
Oh, man. Oh, yay! You made it through the question.
well, thank you guys very much.
You made it through without hanging up. Yay!
Yes.
All right, so now going on to Chris's favorite section, and it might be mine too, as long as I get to revisit things that I love. The TKO girls section.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell happened here?
What the hell happened to my fucking
Yes,
picture?
notice this.
Who the hell did that? All right, so the first one is something that I drew in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I'm
You
guessing
def-
this is Chris's
You
picture.
defaced my fucking beautiful picture of a girl. So
I didn't do it.
so-
I don't know how to paint stuff on the
Yeah,
computer.
right.
I did it. I'm sorry.
Well,
I replaced
then
it.
I apologize for what I did to yours.
Yeah, mine is terrible, you bastard. Why would you do this? Hey, TJ, do you have the notes open?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's sad because I'm like, the sandwich looks so damn good, so I'm
It does.
trying to like scroll up right past that other shit.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Look at that melt action I got on the cheese, dude. I made that sandwich.
That's really some sauce on it, man.
I scrolled up too. So
Yeah, man. I'm like, I had to. Yeah.
Oh, that's pork roll too, boy. That's good. All right, so Chris, tell us about the whatever.
It's just a picture. It's a black and white picture of a girl crouched down with her ass like 2 inches above the fucking floor.
She's about to take a shit.
Chris.
Something tells me that wouldn't bother Chris.
Something tells me that wouldn't stop him either.
She's so hot it might not stop me.
Chris.
God.
Nah, it's just a fucking. Supposed to be an artistic fucking pose. It's digitaldesire.com. That's like, your mainline kind of fucking pay-for-play porn.
Oh, God.
All
She ain't
right.
taking no shit. I can show you some shit videos. I have shown you some shit
No.
videos.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm good without that too. So the next one is mine. Well, at least the top half of it is. The bottom half's not big enough. But it is one of my favorite things in the world is a pork, egg, American cheese, and carbohydrate sandwich of any type. This one happens to be the one that I ate on Tuesday, and it is pork roll, cooked really, really, really like crunch, cooked a little bit
Fried?
burned, with a fried egg, 2 slices of American cheese, and a multi-grain bagel because I'm health conscious.
It does look delicious.
Yeah, I don't usually make them with sausage, but I guess that day I was having a rough day. And I threw some sausage on the plate, too.
That looked like some juicy sausage.
Gross. God, that's so nasty, dude. I can't look at stuff like that. Oh, man. All right, so somebody pick Kratos for the third picture. I think I know who that is.
That's mine. In about 3.5 hours, I'm going to head over to Walmart and run through Midnight Walmart people, and I'm going to buy this game.
Really? You're going to be that guy?
That's a good idea.
And then you're going to go home and put it in to install it and go to sleep, and it'll be done installing when you wake up.
I gotta love all those updates.
I won't update it. You don't have to necessarily update a game if you're not going to play it online. Just start without updating. Just got to install it. That takes about 5 minutes. Looking forward to this game. I'm going to play the fuck out of it.
Looking forward to your thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, like I will post on. I'm going to start on that bitch tonight.
You should review it.
No, I'm not going to review it. But
You should review it.
I'll definitely let you know.
All right, and then next we have somebody had a birthday party, I guess.
Oh,
We got cake with Reese cups on it.
This was a dessert that my sister made, and I just had the leftovers, and it was fucking phenomenal.
It looks like that straight diabetes.
Oh, it tasted like it too, but it was worth it.
My blood sugar is getting high just looking at it. What's with the Reese cup?
Because it's delicious.
It's got ground up peanut butter cups inside of it, and then peanut butter cups on top of it too.
It's like garnishing a hamburger with another hamburger.
Now I'm getting hungry, JL.
Yeah, actually had a really good hamburger for dinner. But yeah, that actually does look really damn good. I wish I had a piece of it, but you ate both pieces. You schmuck.
Damn right I did.
So I don't see one from TJ. I guess nobody told him to give us one.
Yeah, my bad. I'm going to
That's
just share Kratos because I can't wait to play it. That's going to be my day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so next on we have the discussion and listener questions. I'm guessing there's some listeners. Discussion is what do you think about the guilty before proven innocent trend of the collective podcasting community has evolved into.
I guess in what context is it? And who asked this question?
It doesn't say who asked this question.
Who put it in there?
I don't know.
Let's just say it was Tyler.
Okay, yeah.
I'm guilty for what? Like, I mean, scamming, for scalping, for jerking off into a toilet.
They will jump on your ass before there's any proof out of anything. I can tell you that.
I get what he's getting at.
Yeah.
No, it fucking sucks, but it's the way the rest of the fucking world is going.
It's true. You can slander somebody on TV, this shit becomes fact.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And look,
Slanders.
Bill Cosby's coming up a little later, but the whole fucking shit with her. She fucking recanted her fucking story that she put in the book.
But nobody ever heard. I never heard that.
Exactly.
Half the world never heard that.
Nope. But even if he is I don't think he is, but even if he is completely innocent and vindicated, he's always gonna fucking be that guy now.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because he's fucking
I've been
cool.
boycotting pudding pops.
Well, he's gonna be dead before the trial's over. I mean, he's got to be what, 90 something.
He ain't no 90 something. Is he that old?
He's got to be like. He's got to be 70, 80 though, at least.
Yeah.
Because I read he's blind and shit like that too, man. Like,
what?
He's just old and decrepit. Yeah.
Well, that explains why he was macking on some of these chicks that I saw on TV.
I thought you were Claire.
Oh God, dude, don't do that. How did we skip?
He's 80 years old. So, he's 80.
Oh,
Born
man.
in
37.
37.
Oh, shit, taste my pudding pop.
I think it sucks too. I think people should just chill the fuck out and give everybody a chance. You know?
Well, what you gotta do is you gotta put the thing in and put it in now.
Okay, that's enough.
But that's the thing. It's like when these pitchfork incidents happen, if you don't immediately grab your own pitchfork and join in, people start wanting to frickin' stab you with the pitchfork as if you had something to do with it.
It's a mob mentality, man.
Yeah. Again, and that's something that the internet has actually made a lot worse.
Everybody has to have a cause.
And I think people just like to feel like they're a part of something too.
Mm-hmm. We're so alone. I want to be part of something.
Exactly.
You know,
I want to be part of a pizza.
People are spending a lot more time at work now, and you know, it's hard to have a social life these days, you know, in real life. So, you know, the internet is where a lot of us go to, I don't know, blow off steam, I suppose.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but I spend, you know, roughly 60 to 70 hours a week at work, and and I spend more time at frying that chicken than I do with my own family. So when I get home, you know, I'm gonna talk to my guys on the internet. And
what are you talking about when you get home? You do it all day at fucking work. Live
That's
ass
true.
fucker. Just as much hours as you work, you're on the fucking thing.
It only takes one hand. It only takes one hand to handle the fryer, apparently.
Swipe.
Well, I got a touch screen right above the fryer.
Take full advantage of that free Wi-Fi at work, huh?
The fryer's run by Amazon.
Wi-Fi that shit. Wi-Fi that shit.
All right, so I think we've answered this one kind of already, anyway. So how do you feel this? Somebody can't type. How do you feel this affect the average newcomer collector? It's from Jason Lowry.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm guessing, how do you feel?
Was that a two-part question from Lowry?
It seems like it.
It could be. I think it probably will turn people off, you know, for the most part.
They jump in, and all of a sudden, everybody's getting their throats jumped on.
I've actually seen that, you know, before, where, like, somebody jumps into a group, and they're like, whoa, the fuck is wrong with you people? And bounce right off.
And that's exactly why you see so many people you've never seen post before be like, I'm out of this fucking group.
So you're like, see ya. Well, who are you? Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Well, and I think that's spreading not just online. I mean, I think that's happening in the fandom as far as conventions and get-togethers. I mean, I mentioned last week that really felt like the attendance at DairyCon was down, and I don't think it's because people just stopped coming to DairyCon. I think people are leaving the fandom.
That's a good point. A lot of people are, rounding out their collections and moving on with life and having kids and
buying dolls,
getting married and having dogs. And
Now,
I've
whether
been in this shit for 10 years, so I'm getting close too.
and whether or not all the drama that happens in the groups or at the conventions, if that has anything to do with it, I don't know. But it's very noticeable that the fandom is continuing to evolve and kind of putter out.
Well, it's another thing. Like, say you got a new guy that comes into a group, right? And this motherfucker, he's loved Transformers for years and shit, and he finally goes to Walmart one day, and he's like, man, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy this goddamn Optimus Prime here, Power of the Prime bullshit. And he joins a group, random whatever the fuck group, and he's like, check out this shit that I just got. And everybody on there is going to start trashing that shit.
Oh,
he's not going to...
fucking fanboy.
That's garbage. Buy a real man's toy.
Yeah, before the guy even has a chance to even know what's out there. Everybody's jumping his shit. So
that's really true. Yeah.
Oh my god, is the fandom becoming TFW?
Pretty much.
So it's kind of fucked up. I'm more than guilty of talking shit to people in the fucking group.
No!
No way.
Well, listen, like, if somebody fucking posts something like, that they just got, like, I don't fucking sit there and hate on them for it, at all.
I'll tell you what, if you grew up with G1 Transformers and you never saw another one, and then somebody handed you that Power of the Prime's Prime, I bet that thing's pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like,
You know what I mean?
If you don't know that MP10 exists, like, how are you going to know if people are just going to trash you and then you're going to just walk out of the fucking group before you even got
And especially
there?
like that one as an example. That fucking, you have Orion Pax that fucking joins with the fucking thing and makes Prime. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's awesome. Full cash, bro.
Alright, well, what's our next question? I say it affects a lot of people, I think, and I think it's pretty shitty.
If Bill Cosby were to voice any Transformer, past or present, who would you want it to be? That's from Jordan.
Gears.
I want him to voice Skid.
Hot Rod. I want Hot Rod.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to say Shockwave.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
He looks like a pudding pop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Beachcomber.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still want to hear I want Shockwave, man. Damn, that's pretty good.
Actually, I take that back. I want a bulkhead. But I want it to sound like Fat Albert.
Oh!
Hey, I could actually dig that,
Yeah.
That'd be alright.
especially the animated one. I'd be okay with that.
Man, somebody's got to get him on one of these shows before he goes.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get him on this.
We'll have our people call his people.
Like if the guy that does Bumblebee on the RID show quits or whatever, they can have Cosby fill in for him.
I'm only like about a 45-minute drive away from Norristown. I can go fucking pick him up.
Nice. You should pick him up for the show. He could be our guest one week.
You know how he's got that fucking guy he's always holding on to his arm? He's fucking leading him around. I'll just fucking come in, knock that fucking guy out, and just put my arm out, and fucking the cause will fucking grab on.
Yeah, but you're going to change his brief. That's the thing.
For him? I'd fucking do it for him. That man, Bill Cosby himself, is the funniest motherfucking stand-up special I've ever seen. Yes.
Really?
It makes me laugh to this fucking
day.
day.
Guy, but...
I'm more of a Carlin guy, but...
Hey, Richard Pryor's from my hometown, so... Fucking... He's pretty raw, dude. I think I even bought crack off one of his kids once, but...
Oh my gosh. You're horrible, JC.
Yeah, it's saying like that.
The bad part is you're not kidding.
I know, right?
Just telling the God's honest truth. Oh my God. All right, so let's go on to the next question because we have a theme going. What's more toxic, lead paint fumes from a knockoff or the fandom at large? It's from Rob.
Oh, that's a tough one.
What about-
Yikes.
Maybe it's the knockoff collecting fandom.
Is lead fucking that cheap to get anymore? I mean,
Well, people use it to fish. They throw them in the water like they're nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, man. I can get about 2-3 pounds of it for a
no, I
couple
mean
bucks.
like as an additive to paint.
Mm.
I don't know.
I think
Ask
it's
the Chinese people for that. 'Cause
I think it's the fumes from the knockoff collectors that tell people that they buy the real thing that they're dumb. I think that's the most toxic thing in the fandom right now.
And it goes both fucking ways, man. The fucking KO people are fucking attacking the fucking official and third party purists, and then fucking it goes just back and forth, back and forth. Shut the fuck
everybody's
up!
attacking everybody.
Shut up!
Fucking gang warfare.
You know, I didn't even know that was a thing until recently. I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this one guy, Ryan E.
Oh, I know who you're talking
He
about.
posts in a lot of masterpiece groups and stuff like that, and he's pretty adamant on his stance about it, and I would always be like, this motherfucker's crazy. But then the more I actually started to pay attention to those groups and stuff like that, there really are people who every like masterpiece post, they'll be like, by the KO, it's better. By the KO, it's better. Like, what the? It's crazy.
But how many of those?
I've had people tell me that I wasted money on that MP Megatron. I could have just waited and bought a fake one for $100.
I literally just saw that, like, in Masterpiece Addicts or something like that.
That's the only group that has that shit, man. Masterpiece Addicts is a lie. What a stupid name for that group. That's really what makes me mad. That's why I'm always on there fucking doing shit, because there's no masterpiece in that entire group. I have more masterpiece than that whole group does, because they all have knockoffs.
Yeah, man, they got no brain. They will sit and defend that shit and flat out say that it doesn't affect Takara's business whatsoever. But I tend to disagree with that, because when was the last time you guys saw a Hasbro or Takara reveal?
When's the last time you saw somebody buy a Hasbro smoke screen from Toys R Us?
Well, that's just it. They're adamant that them buying the KOs isn't hurting nothing, but as soon as Hasbro stops making masterpieces, which they kind of have, what are the KO companies going to knock off? There's nothing to knock off.
Iron Factory.
There you go.
Wow.
Maybe
They're
somebody
gonna
will finally fucking knock off a Fans toy.
I think that will be the death knell of the fandom, is when Fans Toys finally gets knocked off. I think that's going to be the end of third party.
Well, I think they're the ones making all this shit.
You know what?
They just run everything.
That would actually make
If
sense.
this is what
Yeah, but I've heard that Fans Toys is actually one of the ones that doesn't actually have its own factory. Somebody else makes their stuff. They just design it.
Yeah. The knockoff factory fucking makes that shit.
I think Keith makes all this shit.
It could be, too.
if this is what the fandom is becoming and is going to continue to be, just give me the rest of my fucking lineup for G1 and then let the fucking thing blow up.
I think that's actually a fair stance. Like, get what you get and get out.
Well, and with the fandom, like I said, I feel like the fandom is dying. I think even if Hasbro wouldn't have taken BotCon away from FunPub, I still think that convention would end up dying just because fewer and fewer people were going, and the costs kept going up. So when it comes to MPs here, yeah, Dinobot and Megatron were expensive, and it would not surprise me if they do get the last few cars out, but all of a sudden we're going to start seeing $10, $20 increases of what we were used to paying, and it's just going to be because they want to get them out, but they want to still remain profitable before it's over with.
I don't even care who fucking makes my shit. Just give me one of every character that looks like it did in a fucking cartoon. It could be Wei Zhang, Jing Zhang, Jujitsu, fuck off, and whatever. I don't care who makes it. I don't care if it's official or it's a KO. I just want little cute plastic things to fucking sit on a shelf.
That's why you make your own.
And I'm running out of fucking characters, goddammit.
And that's actually a fair stance too, man. I mean, I like this podcast. These are really, I'm serious. I'm just like, these are actually really well thought and well spoken points.
I don't know so much.
All right, mark the time. 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Sorry about that.
I don't know.
Somebody says that they like our show.
Yay.
Oh, man.
Well,
All right. So, go ahead.
Well, and you can even see that in the current generations lines. I mean, we're running out of characters for Chug now. They started doing a few over that, they did the redos of a few characters. But I'm curious, not only with how the fandom changing, but how the product that's coming out is changing, because it just doesn't feel like we've seen the teasers for that Cyberverse shit, and again, that looks like another step down from RID, and the cost keeps going up. People are making less money. How long can Hasbro actually sustain selling toys?
I mean, and the sadder point is it looks like they're running out of plastic, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I checked the numbers on Hasbro, and they were actually turned a profit last year.
Nice.
Yeah, but how much of that was just on licensing fees for the movie itself? The
a lot of that
Transformers
shit
movies.
was on, I'm talking about strictly on toy sales.
I think it's Star Wars, man. Star Wars and the Marvel Legends.
Yeah, Star Wars carries them.
And My Little Pony.
I don't know. I think Transformers was like their third best-selling license.
Oh, I've heard it was way lower than that.
No, you can look it up. The information's all online. I mean, you don't have to fucking listen to nerds' fucking rumors. You can actually, look up their sales figures and their percentages and all that shit. Just Google it.
Nice. All right, so
I was trying to make an argument one day that Takara was dead, and I looked them up, and they actually haven't made a profit since 2012. And most of the Japanese toy companies are in the red right now. They're not making a lot of money.
If you want to be like that, our country.
What happened?
Or what?
It cut out for me.
We lost jail.
I know what he's gonna say. I know our country's in the red, but that's just what that is. Like, it's getting better.
But did I read correctly? I don't know if any of you guys had read this as well. That companies like in China, like companies like Fans Toys actually outsell Takara.
Yeah. Yep, I've heard that.
I've never heard that. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, but when I talked to somebody that went to Japan, and they were saying that the Takara stuff, the Masterpiece stuff, will sit there on the shelves, and what people were really buying at the time were the Chug stuff. And now that Takara has basically, I don't want to say given up Chug, but they've decided to not give their Chug stuff a special paint job or treatment like they were doing. It's all going to be the same stuff that Hasbro's selling here. I can see that stuff kind of.
We haven't seen any effects of that yet, because they're still painting their shit. The only thing they didn't paint was that Trypticon.
No, the Power of the Prime's Optimus was the exact same thing.
Oh, they actually got that over there?
Yeah.
Oh. Because this Overlord, even though I'm going to sell it, it actually does have really nice paint on it.
Yeah, it's going to start here. Like, you'll see it in the next line, I imagine, more.
Well, everybody start sending them your old toys so they can melt them down and put some more plastic in them.
I think over there it actually is called Powder Primes.
God. Right, so I guess we should probably move on some more. Do y'all want to do all these questions, or do you want to save some for later?
We're only at 2 hours. I mean, we can do them real quick.
Yeah, we only have a couple more.
All right, Transformer character you most identify with. You can only choose one. That's from Russ.
Omega Supreme.
Is it because of size or IQ or what?
Man, because he just likes to kick it by himself, man. And then, like...
Oh, yeah, true.
He's kind of a loner, but when you need him, he's going to be there for you.
It's kind of like you guys.
Yep.
Kind of like everybody in this fandom.
Kind of like bacon.
Oh, yeah. Man, this is a hard one for me, dude.
I'd say you're a bit like Cosmos.
No.
Or sea spray.
Maybe sea spray. I live near the water. The older I get, the more I'm like Cup. Darn whippersnappers.
Alright, pick one.
Cup.
Hurry. Alright. Bugs.
I guess I'm gonna go with long haul.
Alright,
Who?
Chris.
Menosaur.
Well, you didn't.
No,
you
no.
didn't, you didn't ask why.
Yeah, why?
Well, because I feel underappreciated and I end up making the crotch when we get together.
Oh, nice. All right. That deserves props.
It does. Golf clap.
Yo, 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 yo.
We appreciate you, Bugs.
All right.
Menosaur, because I consider the Stunticons one fucking mind. They're all fucking just parts of psychosis.
Nice.
You're like the
Just like
horse
our
from
podcast.
that movie Split.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie, by the way. Kuma.
I'm gonna say Ultra Magnus. I guess the whole military thing and stuff like that, and I'm just a person who likes to go to work, go home, and not be bothered, man.
Fucking
and
A.
that's the epitome of Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, that's the dream right there.
Hell yeah.
Well,
You don't have
give me
time for
some
this right now.
food.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's awesome. That was a good one. All right, so, well, since we just had that shitstorm, what do you guys consider scalping on a toy? For example, people bought Tryp'd at $20 and reselling at $75 plus. Lots consider it scalping, but it's still below retail, so why is that scalping? William
Because
P.
the assholes of the fandom are all assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are poor. I don't believe
they're
in
entitled
scalping.
to.
But, I mean, I do believe. Like, I'm pro scalper. If you can make your money, go make your motherfucking money, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock your hustle. Just do what you gotta do.
Well, I'm of two opinions because if I don't know you, I'm gonna try to make a buck off you. I would do the 75, but I would try to hook up all my friends and try to sell it for like 40, to all my friends, because that way it covered the whatever expenses, and then I'd make a little bit.
Exactly.
On it.
But these fucking people don't even want you to make one goddamn red cent. Like, your time isn't fucking a valuable commodity.
Mm-hmm. Like driving to the post office is something everybody loves to fucking
Ooh,
do.
let me go see
Yep.
Bessie at the fucking mail counter.
I hate going to the post office. If I'm not making it,
Betsy.
if I'm not making at least $20, I'm not going to the fucking post office. I just won't have that money.
You know,
That's
every
fair.
time you go there, there's a fucking line. And
Not
it
mine,
takes
dude. I live in
20
Sticks.
fucking 30 minutes. Yeah, every fucking
kinda
time I go to
jealous.
mine, there's a line. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
Check it out. I live in the country, and I got 3 post offices within like 5 miles of me.
That's pretty gangster.
Because each county still has its own post office. Each township still has its
Same
own
here.
post office, even though each one has a population of like 500 people or something.
And the
awesome.
best part is
Yeah,
they
but I mean-
staggered their fucking lunch hours, so if one's closed, the other one's going to be open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crappy part is that like one of them's only open for like 4 hours.
Well, they stagger the hours because it's the same person working both desks.
Yeah, I think that the one that's open 4 hours, I think she probably delivers the mail too, and then shows up for 4 hours and then goes back to delivering.
No, that's not possible.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Here we got an expert.
Yeah, I know.
The fandom needs more experts in
Yeah, we do.
the area of
Everything.
shipping and receiving. So,
Yeah, they do.
more power to them.
Yeah, I also think people should just be able to make that money if they want to, man. It's your toys, it's your money. You do what the hell you want with it. Whether that's sell it for nothing or sell it for $1 million, it's up to you. It's your shit. And if you cry about there not being toys in the store, chances are they were never there. And if they were, you didn't put in the effort to get them. So
Mm-hmm.
I have gotten every single thing I ever wanted from retail, and not because of any kind of financial gain. It's because I fucking just go and look.
Yep.
So I put in the effort to find it, I find it. And if I see it online for $5 or $10 more, I just fucking buy it there instead of wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, like, I feel bad for everybody that had to wait, like, a year to get a fucking Tryp'd and then still gonna not get it because it's gonna sell out.
And man, if you're fucking bitching about $5 and $10 here, bro, you got some other problems.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it kind of indicative of the fandom where, like, you got these guys that are buying the cheap Tryp'd from Ollie's, and they're trying to flip them at $75, right? So they're basically the equivalent of a small business, and you got fuckers in this fandom that would rather give the money to a big business like Amazon than to a little guy that's trying to flip a toy for a profit.
Well, that's the thing. If you're one of the guys that is seeing these things and really wants it, and you're waiting for it to get clearanced at fucking Ollie's, you're one of the people killing the goddamn toy line.
You are the one killing the fucking toy line because you're not buying the shit that's on the shelf.
Yeah, your internet sucks tonight, Chris.
It does?
Yeah, kind of.
I think it's fine. I think your ears suck tonight.
Yeah, it could be. I had a bad day with that.
I actually live in civilization, so my internet should be fine.
Yeah, they got all the good tin cans there.
I live in civilization. The whole thing with the Ollie's fucking Tryp'd thing is 90% of what you saw in the groups was all bullshit.
Started by us.
The real.
Well, I've been racking them up for like 6 months. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but the real story is that a few of the warehouse sent out. I'm supposed to be sending them out until Black Friday for Christmas. And a few of the stores, the warehouse fucked up, accidentally sent out a couple shipments. The stores didn't know what was going on, so they threw them on the shelf. Nobody bought fucking 50 of them like they're claiming for $20. It didn't happen. So that's that.
I told somebody today that I was going to go and I was going to buy a bunch of them and use them as shelves because they're cheaper than details. I'm going to buy 2 of them, buy a few pairs of them, get a couple pieces of plexiglass, and make some shelves.
But I wonder what the final price is going to be, if it's going to be, in line with Fort Max,
It's going to be, all the other ones.
It's going to be $50 or $60.
I hope it's $129.
Well, we know where we need to be on Black Friday.
Yeah, we do. I'm going to buy all of them.
We don't have Ollie's
And then
here.
have somebody actually take a real picture of you holding Tryp'd outside of Ollie's.
Yeah. It's going to be like one of those pictures you take when you're a little kid and then you redo it when you're an adult.
And then you'll have to be holding a sign that says, "I told you so."
But you got to make sure.
Yeah, nobody.
You got to make sure that you get a fucking shirt just like yours, but like 2 sizes too small.
Yeah, shut up.
I mean, I would rather see him go to Walmart or something that has, that people actually have those stores available. Because
I could probably make that happen.
Here in Iowa and Wisconsin, I don't know about Illinois, but we don't have an Ollie's, man.
I don't.
Closest Ollie's I could find was in Michigan.
See, I have one just a little less than an hour from me, but my wife actually wants to go to that town on Saturday because there's a Hobby Lobby there too, so she wants to go and give them money.
I got all that shit. I got an Ollie's fucking 10 minutes away.
You fancy motherfucker.
And the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, you got Hardee's. Do you have Hardee's?
That's the only thing I don't have, and I fucking...
well, you got nothing.
The closest thing we have is a Carl's Jr. down in Smyrna where my fucking parents are.
I think it's the same stuff.
No, it is, but
Same thing.
it's fucking almost an hour away.
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't want your fucking sourdough sandwich that much.
So, anybody else want to talk about scalping?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so how sexy is MP36 for John H?
Sexy as a motherfucker.
He's real sexy, especially when he comes with a decal on him.
Yeah, he is.
It depends.
Or comes with it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
It depends on what soft goods lingerie you put on him, how sexy he is.
Oh, God.
Because sexy is an attitude, too.
You keep your Megatron in gun mode just because you like how ribbed it is, huh?
And it's
Gross.
easier to insert.
No, gross.
All right. Well, we're starting to degrade.
Let's move it along.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. So, do any of you have any real life friends or just internet buddies that you see a couple of times a year? That's from Pinkerton.
Oh.
I got Dirk.
Actually, I do have real life friends, but we're all too busy to actually ever meet up and do anything unless we plan it like a month in advance.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I got grown up problems.
I got like
Pretty much the same.
I don't have kids, so I'm the one that's usually left hanging though.
Yeah.
I'm actually free, just nobody else is.
I mean, kids are a great fucking excuse because I don't want to fucking go hang out with anybody anyway. Honestly, I just want to fucking be in my house building my fucking stupid robots.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It is fine. But, like, I mean, I do consider my internet buddies real life friends. I mean, I see Bugs, 3-4 times a year. I've seen Dustin now, twice.
I see you guys more than some of my family.
Yeah.
Actually, I see you guys more often than most of my family.
I don't even want to see my fucking family, dude. We see each other on fucking holidays and birthdays and fucking shit like that. And I think I'm going on like 2 weeks since I talked to my mom.
JC gets visitation once a month.
I haven't even been up to visit my brother, man. I gotta get up there.
Oh, you're a monster.
I know, dude. But I put money on his books and shit. So.
Man, you gotta get him some of that new, very veggie ramen, dude. Stuff is awesome.
Nah, he does pretty well, man. He got that commissary money. He don't, he has a job and shit. So.
No, you gotta get that ramen and then get the Doritos and crunch them up and put them on top.
Oh, the hookup food, yeah.
Yo, I had a dude that was a jeweler that we had work with us, and I saw him making that shit one time, and then I started watching. It was Cheetos and ramen noodles, man. He'd put it all together. I'm like, man, I gotta keep an eye on this motherfucker.
Tell me, man, them jewelers, they can make up some shit, boy. I've seen them make pizza and shit out of tortilla fucking shells and like cheese from the fucking that they jacked from the cafeteria and shit. It's crazy. Like they can come up with some shit.
I want to see a fucking prison cooking show, and all they get to use is like the fucking radiators and fucking.
Yeah.
Yo, we got our second
lockup.
I thought I remember reading about that a couple years ago that like a former convict released a jailhouse recipe book or something like that.
Well, we got our new show for Justin and Dustin. We'll call it Cooking with Convicts.
I never fucked around with any of that, man. When I was locked up, I just fucking.
You're too busy making hooch under the bed.
No, I was busy staying quiet and waiting to go home.
And keeping that butthole tight.
Yep. I was either in my bed or down in the laundry room.
But like with what you said, I do consider a lot of my Transformer buddies friends. A lot of them I've known for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
And it's a hell of a time when we all get together.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I have real friends though. Like
Bugs has lots of friends.
Yeah, he does.
Fucking friend zone. No, but he's got lots of buddies.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends at church. A lot of other people I know too. But I probably hang out with you guys more than I hang out with anyone. Well, Pastor Corey has guys' nights once a month, so I guess
that sounds exciting.
Oh yeah,
guys' night with Pastor Corey.
It's fucking fun, man.
Sounds lame as fuck.
Last time we were actually talking about getting crossbows and a few other things and going shooting. So
man, y'all should get together and listen to the show.
I want to see what fucking Pastor Corey looks like because I got a picture in my head. He looks like fucking just like a smiley fucking douchebag with tight curly blonde hair.
No.
Did you give them a link to our podcast?
No.
I'm gonna have to look him up, man.
Alright. Yeah. What about you, Kuma? You got an active social life?
No, I've got friends that I've been friends with since 7th, 8th grade, man. And we talk every day to this day, but I'm kind of like, him to where we don't get together like that, man. By the time everybody's done with work, kids, you know what I mean? And just not wanting to be bothered. The older I get, man, the less I want to fucking be bothered. If we do meet out at a bar, we're all ready to go by like 10 nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that thing I posted a week or so ago. Like, doing nothing is an activity. Like, you have to let me. You have to let me know
And that
in
was a
advance.
beautiful post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
I love being free.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Like, when I socialize, it is planned like weeks in advance.
I
kinda
still
have-
don't want to do it when the day comes around. You're like, oh, fuck. Why did I
Me
make those
personally,
plans?
I'll change a shirt, whatever. But when it comes to changing my pants, once I'm in pajamas or shorts or something like that, I'm done. I'm fucking done at that point. So no, I'm not that. Call me at 10 o'clock. Hey, what you doing? You want to come out? Nah.
You know what's sad? I used to be, man.
Oh, absolutely.
My friends would show up at my house and I'd be wasted, and I'd still go with
See,
them.
that's
I
just
didn't
it,
care.
the fucking showing up. Like, if somebody knocks on my fucking door, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. Man, where I live so far away from anybody that I know, if anybody knocks on my door, I grab a fucking gun. Like, I am never expecting guests ever at my house.
I think
Like, Huh?
I think that's beautiful.
It is, dude. Like, all my friends live up on the beach, so, like, I always go to their house, because I might as well live in another fucking state out in the country, because nobody wants to come out here.
Man, I always got motherfucking kids in my house. Kids and their fucking moms and fucking my wife's fucking friends, which are the kids' fucking moms. Because you can't just have fucking kids playing outside anymore. They gotta have fucking play dates, and you gotta be friends with their fucking friends' parents.
Yeah, fuck all
Sucks.
that noise, man.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
That's why I hide in the basement. Oh, who's coming over today?
You know it does.
All right, you know where the fuck I'll be.
Yeah. You know what doesn't suck? Bad Keep Sun Surge for $50
I got
shipped.
Alright. Well, maybe we should just wrap it up, fellas.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah, we can't do a Walking
I
Dead
appreciate
season
you guys.
wrap up.
Mm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
that'd take too long.
Yeah, we can. Cole!
I did it for you, Carl.
That was a good last episode.
I lost
though.
everything
It
when I
was.
lost Carl, but Judith. Oh, wait a minute, I got Judith.
But Judith ain't even fucking mine. Does everybody forget about that? Does everybody forget about that?
That she might be
Uh-huh.
Shane's daughter.
I do.
Yeah.
I honestly do forget about that.
Yeah. But she gets
Honestly,
she gets
man.
older. I'm waiting for her to I'm waiting for them in one season to just have her wear a fucking Punisher shirt as a little kid.
Yeah.
Have Rick look over at her and go, no, damn it, Shane. And then he'd probably just throw out a coral just for the hell of it.
I like that that's just what he does.
Oh man.
I think Rick is a weak character, to be honest with you, throughout the whole show. Like, there's so many other characters there that are so much cooler than he is.
Yeah, but he doesn't apply to your idea of masculinity, JC.
No, he does. He's tough. I would not fuck with
He'd
Rick.
be fucking
but-
tougher if they would
Yeah.
have cut his hand off like they did in the comic.
Yeah,
Doing all that
that's
shit
true.
with one fucking
Spoiler
hand.
alert. Yeah, but I
do
think
that,
it's
though.
better that they didn't.
Yeah, so that way
I was like,
he can grab his never mind, I'm fucking too stoned.
oh, we almost got somewhere, didn't we, boy?
Almost.
Hell yeah.
We almost got a complete train of
Yeah.
thought out of you, and then you failed.
It derailed.
Yeah, dude. Oh, but the season finale was good. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
I agree. It was a
Yeah.
great ending to a very bad season.
Mm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. You know what? Though? I still kind of enjoy it. It's kind of like eating some shit you ate 1,000 times before. Like it does a job. It's not great, but it
But
does
remember
a job.
when it was
Yeah.
great,
You don't
though?
ever-
When you were fucking waiting for that fucking premiere.
Remember when Coral was eating pudding on the roof, and everybody wanted a can of pudding? Because I'd never eaten pudding out of a can before.
Man, that shit is fire too.
Man.
That restaurant pudding in the 5 bucket in the 1 gallon can.
Remember when Ed was still slapping Carol around?
Yeah.
The good old days.
Ain't nobody slapping Carol nowadays, boy.
Yeah, no.
Fuck some shit up.
She's the only one. She's the only other one than Rick that fucking survived. Him, her, and Daryl. That's it. Everybody else is gone.
Wrap her up.
All right.
Oh, hey, wait, hang on, man. Just real quick. Does anybody else? Does anybody else think that the after the show is like the dumbest idea ever?
I used to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's alright.
I still DVR it, but I rarely watch it.
I watched it one time. I'm like, this is dumb as shit.
Talking about the Talking Dead?
Yeah, all it does is take me out of the fiction. Like, I don't want to see these happy ass people. I want to watch them on the fucking TV.
You know what? I'm with you. The one that I used to watch it up until that one season premiere a couple years ago when they were all there and it was outside and it was raining and it was like they were doing it live. Like the whole cast was there in tuxedos and fucking shit. I'm like, all right, now I'm out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was actually probably where I jumped off completely and never even thought about watching it again.
I think it's one of those things it'd be fun to do live. Like, if it was in my town or something like that, I'd fucking go, but I don't like watching it.
Do they actually go from place to place doing that? It's always in the same building, I thought.
That's what I figured, yeah. I was just saying if.
The Talking Dead Tour! Coming to your town!
I'd go. Why not?
That's actually a good idea. They should do that. That'd take a lot, though.
Nah, it's a dumb idea. They'd probably make a lot of money though. It'd be like the circus. All right, so I think it's about time to wrap the show up.
Yeah.
Kuma, is there anything you want to shout out before we play our pre-recorded ending?
Not really, man. I just appreciate you guys having me. It's awesome. You guys are awesome. And it was good chatting with you. You know what I mean? I really like what you're doing on this show. I really like the layout. And honestly, even outside of having me, I listen to you guys weekly. So it's an honor. Thank you guys very much. So I will definitely be sharing these on my forums. And, of course, that's Kuma Style everywhere, Google, Twitter, whatever it is. It's just Kuma Style. But, check me out if you haven't. And give me feedback, positive or negative. I like to improve. But, yeah. Thank you guys again for having me.
Mark, 2 hours and 31 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think you can improve much on your photography or reviews, man. They're really good.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I especially look forward to the written reviews.
And that's good to know because that's what I like to do. That's where my heart's at, man.
The photography and the written reviews they really shine, man. They're really well written.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you gotta watch Dub and Dirt reviews sometime, man.
No, don't watch that shit. That was silly. Watch my brother gag on rotten shrimp. That's all.
Can we look forward to another season of that?
Yeah, man. As soon as it starts getting warmer and we start going fishing, I definitely got some fucking horrible shit planned to do to him.
Oh God!
Don't fuck up his good teeth now.
I won't.
I'll have to make it a point to be down there to see it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You gotta come down and go fishing with us.
God, that sounds fun.
You should go.
You should go crazy.
I love to fish.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'll bring my boat down to the Mississippi sometime. We'll go fucking fishing.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be fun as hell.
Fishing around America.
All right.
Well, with that, I guess we had done enough damage for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a good time. Folks. Yeah, good night, everybody.
See you
Good
next
night,
week.
guys.
Since some people are too lazy to read, here are the shout-outs. Shout out to TF and WTF Ever, the greatest Transformers and what the fuck ever Facebook group ever. Elno Customs, an international consortium of Transformers customizers and creators. Third-party TF Crashers, Eula Blamo. Hail Hasbro Reviews with Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. Shattercast Uncut, Bobby Skullface Reviews, Legions for the Fountain of Material, the realm of collectors, figure banging, the entire Cool Table Network, the Blackout and Shout podcast, and of course, girls who make bad decisions with their bodies, and the fathers and or uncles that made them that way. And we wouldn't be a show without alcohol, marijuana, and coffee, the lifeblood of this program. If you liked what you heard and want more, like and subscribe. Comment and let us know what you thought. If you're on Facebook and want to join the party and become a fellow dreg, we're at TF and WTF Ever. All hate mail can be sent to tkothepodcast@gmail.com. We'll be back next week with some more nonsense.